Hello everyone, and welcome back to another day of Gloomhaven. I realize the stream quality is set a little bit lower, and I think we have transcoding now. I'll have to ask someone about that today, and then I can look into setting the bitrate up a bit higher again. Anyway, welcome everyone back to another day of Gloomhaven. Sorry that we're getting a couple minutes late start, just had to quickly finish up my lunch after having to get that guide submitted today, so I had a bit of work to do for that still, and I still have to do proofreading. I'm still only halfway through proofreading, unfortunately, so I apologize if there are any small typos. All right, so today we'll be starting with scenario 6, and then after that, I'm not sure exactly where we'll go. Maybe scenario 18 even. We'll have to see. Or 19, sorry. But to begin with, we need to do a city and road event. We've already done all of our other city-related stuff. Yeah, we're waiting for a lot more gold on her to enhance. A bit more gold, and he already did the enhancement, giving himself jump. Okay, so let's go ahead and do a city event. Oops. This one. Okay, fair enough. Okay. Hey, good afternoon, Isio. How are you today? So, road event gave us nothing. The city event gave us 2 gold each. So we are now rich. Rich beyond our wildest dreams, I tell you. Okay. So that's just about everything we need to do for setup. Now we just need to figure out the Spellweaver's hand. Everyone else's hands should have pretty much stayed the same. I guess well, the Brute's hand should definitely stay the same. Let's fan it out though, I guess we'll see. I think the Cragheart, because we do actually not have Nature's Lift, so it's possible we want that still. We'll see. I have to take a look at what the scenario is exactly. I know we have a scenario effect we have to do as well. Oh, we've also got to remember battle goals this time. Should we do? All right, first let's take a look at the scenario. So the goal for the scenario is to reveal this tile here and kill all revealed enemies. So we need to take one of the 2 paths and kill all the enemies. I'm doing well, thank you very much. It's yeah, it's a nice day, nice week. Looking forward to everything. Yeah, not a lot else to it. Looking forward to a full week of streaming, I should say. Hopefully I'll be able to get through it. Pretty excited about it though. So yeah, overall quite positive. All right, so let's do all the things. So first we've got the scenario effect, which is no one ignores those yet. I think we're far from that. Yeah, actually the only person who can is the Cragheart, and he definitely doesn't have that yet. So it's going to be 3 curses per player, unfortunately. Which is a pretty big negative, unfortunately. Especially because we're going to try +3 here, which is maybe a little optimistic. We'll see. So, check Spellweaver's modifier deck. Just missing a card. Okay. So let's see. What should we have that we don't? So we've replaced 1 -1 with 1 +1. No, we replaced 2 -1s with 2 +1s. So we're missing a +1. Yeah, I think you're right. Right? We've got this. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of those. We have 3 -1s. Yep. Good catch. Yeah, we have only 1 Spellweaver +1. We forgot to add the other one. And then there are 2 more that can be added that are there. Yep. Okay, perfect. Thank you. That was the only one we accidentally messed up on, right? So here we're good now. We've got our 3 curses, which we just put in. We've got 3 -1s, the -2, all those +0s. Do we get to remove +0s at some point? Yes, we do. And our 1 +2. All right, perfect. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Definitely prefer to have 1 more +1 than not. Okay. But anyway, so as I was saying, we are going to try +3 today because this is kind of the promise of the stream, to try to push our limits in terms of difficulty. This is definitely a big ask before we get level 4. Obviously, all right, so if we take a look at this first room, It's going to be something like, okay, we start here and we're surrounded by melee enemies. And if we can throw down rocks with, throw down obstacles with rock slide, we make this first room so much easier for ourselves. This card really has an enormous impact on our ability to successfully complete scenarios in any party with a Cragheart. So upping the difficulty before getting level 4 is definitely a challenge, but that's why we're playing, to be challenged. So accordingly, we are going to play with monster difficulty 5 here instead of 4. Mm-hmm. So let's take a look at the Spellweaver's deck. Well, I guess we can just do this. Nah, we might as well just fan it out up here. No reason to do it in one place and then have to go back and do it in another. Because we do have Cold Fire now, and we're going to be using Cold Fire. At level 4, I don't typically use Cold Fire if I don't have access to Prosperity 2 items, but since we have Prosperity 2 items, it's a little bit of a different story. Or unless I have Enhancement already. Okay, so what can we cut to bring this bad boy in? There are 3 potential candidates. One is Flame Strike, one is Frost Armor, one is Aid from the Ether. It's tough. So Aid from the Ether is going to be worse in this scenario. So we're facing Elite Bones. God, this is the 4 to 5 jump is actually quite significant for the Elite Bones because it doubles their shield. They go up to 2. So the Ether is actually only going to be hitting them for 1. I mean whatever it's called, the Helper Ally, Mystic Ally. There we go. So it's only hitting them for 1 anyway, and on top of that, with their multi-target, it's very likely it dies. Similarly, it doesn't deal any damage to living spirits, and they also can do all targets. So it's really only good against the corpses. So that kind of makes this not a great scenario to bring the summon as a loss. Even though the summon is generally very powerful, we do obviously need to take a scenario by scenario basis for whether we're actually going to summon it. So accordingly, we would pretty much just bring this for the heal, which we've already got this, which is just a better heal. So that makes this kind of the easiest choice. I mean, Frost Armor also sucks against all these enemies for the same reason the summon sucks, but at least it gives us, 20 initiative, which is kind of nice. Especially since we don't have Fork Beam, the initiative on Frost Armor is more significant than it would normally be. Ah, crap. I'm so sorry, Volkner. God, I'm just so bad at. Oh yeah, battle goals. I forgot to set the title before starting the stream. I am really sorry about that. All right, hold on. Okay. I know I was supposed to. I thought about it too before starting. I was like, I'm gonna remember this time, but I'm just so forgetful. All right, so it's scenario 10. No, scenario 6. I don't know why I thought it was 10. There we go. Oh yeah, and I wanted to test to see if this works now. Hold on. Haha, it does work. Nice. Sadly, that it got cut off a tiny bit on the bottom. I mean, the version that I submitted didn't, but for some reason, I guess on. Thank you, Jessica. You already added a little sugar. Thank you. Sorry, I'm fine, thank you. My fiance just brought me my coffee. Yes, it's funny on my tablet it isn't cut off on the bottom, but when I look at it on desktop, it is cut off a little bit on the bottom. I don't know. I don't know exactly what's going on with Twitch there, but anyway, so we've got that. I'll have to show that to Coralord later. So pretty happy to have finally gotten that taken care of. Anyway, so back to where we were. Oh yeah, the title. No, I did the title. Battle goals. Let's get those. Because I know if we keep going through our cards here, we're going to end up forgetting. Maybe the Spellweaver will finally get a battle goal, or is that going to be just the meme for this party? Okay, so Brute. Kill an undamaged monster with a single attack during the scenario. That's very doable. Your current hit point value must be equal to your maximum hit point value in the scenario. On +3, yeah, right. Much more likely that we get a one-shot. The one-shot, definitely not against the skeletons or the corpses, but against the living spirit, we can do an attack 7. I mean, realistically, we don't want to play a loss, because attack 7 for us on them is only with playing a loss. But, I mean, if we do a, move 6, which we can easily do non-loss, and balance measure and get a +1, then that does it. Loot no money tokens or treasure overload tiles during the scenario, or allow none of your allies to become exhausted. Well, allowing none of your allies to become exhausted might be more difficult than usual, again, when playing on +3, but that's just a pretty safe bet. Whereas this one, obviously we can control it, and we have other people who can loot, but at the same time, the Cragheart's currently only 27 gold away from getting a really useful enhancement, so I'd actually rather try to pick up money with him. Kill 3 or fewer monsters, kill 1 or more elite monsters. Well, the first room we have 4 elite monsters already. I think we can try to kill one of them. My God. Oh, I know what's gonna happen here. So the fact that we managed to get a battle goal, which the Spellweaver can actually successfully complete, means that we will actually lose this scenario today. Ugh, there's no justice in the world. All right, hold on. I'm just making sure real quick that the stream is working just fine. Okay. So now let's get back to choosing which card to cut. So like I said, we don't need this so much unless we really need healing. What did the Cragheart? Why do we take out Nature's Lift? I really do like Nature's Lift still with this party. But I guess we just have nothing that we want to cut. Need all these cards. Dirt Tornado becomes a little bit more questionable against this many shielded enemies. That's an interesting choice, actually. But we don't have big movement either, so this is also just a move 3 for us. The heal here is valuable. This is obviously great. Yeah, I mean, this is just a better move 3 than that for this scenario. Yes, Sentient Growth is also a little questionable. 2 damage against the zombies is so insignificant, and it's only an attack 2 against enemies with 2 shield or higher most of the time, but still, feels bad to cut our level 2 card. Should it be Avalanche? Oh, yeah. It would normally be Avalanche, right? But how good can Avalanche be in this first room? That's what we've got to figure out. Yeah, that's a good catch. That's the one, the Avalanche. I just forgot that it was there because that was actually the thing we brought in last scenario, I remember now. So, well, it's unfortunate because there's a lot in flux here. Whether we want to bring this or not depends on whether, I mean, whether it's this is gonna, I think this should actually just get cut no matter what, though. All right, let's take this out for now, tentatively. Put this in here, and we'll have a look. So a lot depends on whether we do bring Nature's Lift back in instead of Avalanche. Let's see how valuable Avalanche can be in the first turn again. So we have to set up in one of these 5. Is there any world in which we can... Not really, right? How much movement do those elite skeletons have? 4 movement? So 1, 2, 3, 4 can make it to there. So yeah, even if we block here and here. What if we block here and here? Well, then they can still, one can still make it to us. I guess only one could get to us then? How much movement do those zombies have on the other side of the room? 2? 2 for all the zombies. So this can still make it around there. Problem is whoever's here, I guess we just move. It doesn't seem like Avalanche is going to be able to do too much here. Yeah, we can cut that. Like, the first turn, it doesn't really do anything. I think the best move for us always in this first turn is just going to be to run to one corner of the room, which is typically what we do in this room. And then after that, we're just going to be covered up with enemies. God, we don't have any way. We have no top movements. A little bit of value of Kinetic Strike. Actually, here, or Kinetic Assault. I mean, we're not level 4 yet, so we couldn't have it. We would never take it as first level 4. If we could just do like the move 1 and then put 2 obstacles like this, and then our allies move here and here. I mean, I guess, yeah, this just leaves 2 spots for enemies to attack us. This would be kind of valuable as a first turn. Or with the boots, we could even go, what, all the way to here, but obstacles there and there doesn't do it because we can only have one ally behind us. Yeah, we have no way of moving on top, do we? It's a Cragheart. That's a big nope, especially not early. Well, or period. All right. So yeah, it looks like Avalanche does not come in this scenario, which means we will bring Nature's Lift back in. So we're definitely going to need that healing after this room. If we even survive this room, this is going to be really difficult with the 4 elites, given our rather fragile HP pools. So this Spellweaver made it to level 4, so should have 9 HP. Do our levels correct, right? 4, 3, and 3. Yep. And so that would put us to below 2, rounded up to 2, and then plus 3 is 5. All right, well, looks like we're ready. I'm just going to have a sip of my coffee. That's good stuff. Okay. Ooh, it's a little warm though. It's actually a relatively nice day today. It's about 18 degrees out, which is pretty great. Really can't ask for more than that at this time of year. So how do we start? So we've established that we need to go into the corner. This is going to be so difficult because, for example, we kind of want to use fire orbs right away because we're faced with a really difficult spot to begin with, and we can hit 3 targets. But fire orbs just does nothing. God, I mean, no doubt, level 1 card. I mean, being level 4 and facing level 5 enemies is not the way the game was intended to be played. I think because fire orbs is still supposed. I mean, at level 4, fire orbs is still a very powerful card, but it's only going to deal 1 damage to each of these. That's so bad. We can use the bow, but then that puts us in a really bad spot because we've got living spirits later in the scenario. And if we use the bow now, we might just never do anything to them. I don't even know how we deal with them. I mean, how we deal with these skeletons. They just have so much shield. Like, we just don't have damage really that can affect them. At most, we can do around 3 damage. Well, the brute can deal 3 damage in a turn to one of them with skewer or trample. And then other people can do. What, the Cragheart can do 1 damage to each of them, something like that, with Massive Boulder, and the Spellweaver can do 1 damage to each of them with Fire Orbs. So how many turns? So assuming that that's what, like 4 plus 3, so 7 damage a turn. How much health do they have? 11. So it takes us 3 turns to just kill the 2 skeletons, and then by then these will be on top of us. Man, that's tough. That's really difficult. Can we afford to use the piercing bow? The question is, can we afford not to use the piercing bow? All right, let's see what we can possibly do here then. Fire orbs is so valuable too because it creates the fire for us. We can hope to flip an ice, but if we don't, we can always mana push in an ice so that we can at least cold fire next turn, which is definitely our best chance for getting through this room. And that'll help us a lot. All right. So how do we complement that? So I guess we're using fire orbs no matter what. We can just put that there. Let's make sure all our decks were shuffled. I did give everyone else the curses. Yes, I did. Oh god, we got all those curses as well. So we kind of want the brute and the Cragheart on the front line. Guess the brute further up, so the Cragheart wants to go down here. But I guess the brute wants to go down here because he wants to be in melee with both of them. Skewer would be nice to start with. Man, that's tough as well. Because if we could create wind, then we can get actually a really good skewer off in the very beginning on both of them. But the issue is that, I mean, the mana potions are just going to be way too valuable for this scenario, I think, to be using skewers like that. I mean, to be using mana potions like that, just now that we have cold fire. I mean, every mana potion is basically an AoE stun. All right, so what if we go down there and we disarm one of them? Because disarming one of them is really valuable as well, which also allows us to create wind. Problem with disarming one of them is we're not dealing any damage, but at least we're going early, because we kind of do need to run down there pretty early. So that means then the brute could start here, since he's doing a move 3 anyway. And he's going to go early enough that these things won't hit up here. And so he can go down to there. So the Cragheart only needs to go to here. And I mean, I guess it really does need to be Massive Boulder. Balance measure plus boots plus axe. That's an interesting question as well, right? The problem is it still only gets us 4 damage on each of them. Yeah, well, and the difficult terrain is a problem as well because so we actually have our jump now, right? We've enhanced Fatal Advance with jump, but how jump actually works is you still have to treat the last movement hex as you would regular treat it. So it would still take us 2 movement to get into there. So at best, balance measure hitting both of them can still only be an attack 5, which is still just 3 damage on both of them. Which, I mean, don't get me wrong, 3 damage on both of them is not bad, but it leaves us more exposed in the room. And on top of that, again, I think it's probably better to wait 1 or 2 turns for that because they're going to end up coming kind of like this. And then we can always just, I mean, even if we're just stuck, the 3 of us in this corner, the brute can still do something, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then hit both of them with the axe, which will still be 1 higher and I would say a little bit better timed. But yeah, that's a good question as well to consider that earlier. But I do think setting up skewer and then going into balance measure after that is probably the better way to go. The problem is skewer is not going to be as good next turn Can we stop him from moving? I guess they could just not move, but that's only 1 out of 8. Is there any other way we can stop him from moving? Not really. So then Skewer's not going to be so good? That's a problem as well, huh? I mean, theoretically, because we have this jump now, which is so valuable, this is why this is so nice, we can always make Skewer good because we can jump outside, but we don't really want to ever jump outside the huddle because we'll expose our allies who are inside the huddle, and we'll expose ourselves by being outside, and we'll have both of our jumps used. Let's see. Do we have any way of stopping him from moving? No, we really don't. I mean, we do theoretically if we use have the Spellweaver use a minor mana potion to create Earth, and then use Earth and Cloud to immobilize him, but that's so bad. Otherwise, in order to stop him from moving, we have to go here. I mean, we can jump to there. Well, we actually can't unless we start here. I guess this is going to hit us no matter what. So what if we do that then? So then the Spellweaver would have to start here. She does need to go early as well. I guess. All right, let's see like this. Because so then if the Brute goes here and disarms one of these two, as expected, then I mean we could even like disarm this one, because this one won't be able to make it. No, I guess he could just move up through. But anyway, this will leave the two of them like this, I guess. Not really though, right? I guess it can. If the Brute goes here and then they go here and here, then he won't move at all. No, he will still. He'll go up to here. You have to go something like this. Well, this should actually be fine, except for the fact that this one will get to attack. So I guess but I guess this will still attack the Brute. So this looks like good positioning, because then we disarm one of these, it doesn't hit. The other one hits, but can only hit the Brute, so stays there. Then this allows us to go next turn and go to here, and skewer both of them. So that means we need the Cragheart to end up here the following turn, and the Spellweaver to go down here. I think that's fine. I think we can do all that. Alright, so let's see how to do that. So the Brute has to go to here so we can make it to here. Problem is we need the Brute to go early next turn as well, except we can't. I mean, I guess we'll just move with this. It sucks to lose this though, but we need to go before 20 because 20 is when they can go the following turn. Okay, so this looks fine. So the Cragheart needs to move all the way down to here then, right? Oh no, the Spellweaver needs to move to here. No. Yeah, it doesn't actually matter. I guess it does. I am out of the range for the third target of firearms, you're right. Good catch. Question is whether the third target even matters that much. Or how valuable the third target is, I guess I should say. Because it's just 1 damage, but it can theoretically be more. The way we can also solve this is by going later. The only risk of going later is if the corpses do just happen to draw their +1 movement. But otherwise, if we go later, then we can get like 1 more of the corpses in range, although we don't care about hitting the corpses so much. At the same time, we do more effective damage against the corpses. I mean, we need to fire orbs no matter what because we create fire. This is the only way we can create one of the 2 elements that we really care about, other than spending both mana potions immediately, which I don't think is the way to go. So what if we are going to go late? So then we could do something like this movement for now to allow ourselves to be in a good position next turn. So then we can do like bottom of Mana Bolt plus Cold Fire. That looks pretty good. So we want to go later than basically everything in the room, so we can stay in the spot so that we don't have the same issue. So then the Cragheart needs to move down to here. So the Cragheart, as far as attacks go, doesn't really have anything. There are no traps to take advantage of this room. We did set up everything in this room correctly, right? Yeah, no traps to take advantage of. So yeah, the best we can really do is just to do a massive boulder, which sets up something like a dirt tornado the following turn. So we need to do this. We're gonna have to use our boots, but that's okay. The boots aren't gonna be useful for a while anyway. So the reason why we have to use the boots is we need the Cragheart to be further up. We can't run the risk of the Spellweaver being here and going late, because then the corpses will get to hit. Again, here, they only have 1 card where they draw +1 movement, and if they draw that, yeah, okay, then this room's already going to be difficult enough. I don't think I can play around something which is both unlikely and very difficult for me to beat anyway, when I'm already in a really tough spot. So the Cragheart being further up, though, is because the Cragheart can actually move early, whereas the Spellweaver wants to go late. The Cragheart, however, needs to make it here, again, so that when the Brute's here, this skeleton doesn't move. Well, we can see, depending on how much they move, it's possible that the Cragheart could just go here and doesn't need to use his boots. We'll see what they flip. But even if the Cragheart does have to go to here with the boots, it doesn't really matter that much. The boots aren't going to be valuable while fighting in this room anyway, so I don't really care that much. All right, I think this looks good. I'm just gonna have a sip. Ah, there you go, Carlord. And hello. I do hope that that's not ominous of how this room's going to start, though. Okay, let's get going. I think this plan looks good. Is there anything else that we need to remember? No, I don't think so. I guess there was another possibility we could have considered using, if we really wanted neither of them to move, we could use the axe with the provoking roar to disarm both of them. But this, we're gonna need that axe for damage, so I don't think there's any world in which we can do that. All right, let's go. All right, let's go. Oh God, that's precious. That is precious. Come on. I mean, this room on +3 wasn't already difficult enough. I'm sure there's just one card where they have +1 movement. God, that's so bad. Can we change our plan to going up into this corner since they're not moving? But these things hit so much harder. And they poison. Attack 6? So 3 movement, right? 1, 2, 3. I mean, so only one of them gets to hit her. But still. God, that's a disaster. Oh, that is so bad. Now the Spellweaver goes after them, so it's not like we could run away from them and Spellweaver just get hit. Oh, I mean, I don't deserve this. They have so many cards where they just durdle around. They flip the one card. I guess that's what I get for calling Living Bones useless enemies. Okay. I mean, Living Corpses. Living Bones are definitely not useless enemies. +1 attack here is also quite strong. I don't think there's any way we can audible to make the situation better, though. So we're going to use the bottom of Leaping Cleave as a move 3 jump, creating wind. The Brute going 1, 2 to here. And so let's see in the end. Since this one has, since they have minus move, no, it changes nothing. I mean, they still have 3 movement, so he would still always be able to move to over here or whatever to hit multiple people. So it doesn't really matter which one we disarm. Guess let's disarm number 9. So we'll make an attack to disarm, targeting Living Bones number 9. With the top of Provoking Roar, nothing else to use. Yep, no damage, but a disarm. Okay. Next up is the Cragheart. So this also sucks a little bit, the fact that we had to have the Brute go before the Cragheart, because it means the Brute's going to take 1 splash damage. You could attack the corpses. The fact that the corpses are getting +1 movement means we're going to have to deal with them sooner rather than later, but the splash pure damage is just so valuable against these 2 shield enemies that we really need to deal it, and I'm willing to trade 1 damage to the Brute to 1 damage to them. And the reason why the Brute had to go early in, before the Cragheart is because the Brute unfortunately doesn't have really great initiative to work around the Cragheart's initiative, because the Cragheart needed to go early because we need to run away from the top. And I guess we could have gone with this. No, but then we didn't have an action. So we kind of had to do the 10 no matter what, unfortunately. All right. So I'm going to guess we'll attack the front one. So it doesn't really matter. It should be 1 damage to each of them. We'll make an attack 3, targeting Bones number 9. Okay. So that gives us 2 damage here, 1 damage here, and the Brute takes 1. Okay. Then the corpse. Oh, so then we've got to move with Unstable Upheaval. Yeah, so we do have to move all the way down. We could stay up here, but then these would both get to attack. Whereas here, only one of them is going to get to attack. God, that +1 move. All right, so we will use our boots along with a bottom of Unstable Upheavals, a generic move too. And we're definitely getting that back with the Hammer and a Potion. So we'll go all the way to the corner as planned. Yeah, create some problems for sure. And we'll use the 1 charge of our Hammer and a Potion to get back Unstable Upheaval. Okay, Living Corpses go. So this one goes to here. 1, 2, 3, 4. This one goes to here. This one will go to here. So it's an attack 6 poison on the Spellweaver. Okay, down to 3 and poisoned. Yeah, we may be restarting on +2 difficulty pretty soon here. We'll see. And then an attack 4 on the brute. Okay. So we'll just start blocking right away. We don't have that much healing anyway. Let me take 2. All right, then Living Bones go, which is just the 1. This one's disarmed. So 10 attacks the brute, and it's an attack at 4, 5, 6. Yeah. So 1 charge of this. We take 5. Yeah, there's, I think, no way we're winning this scenario on this difficulty. I think this is just too much. I guess we'll see. We've still got Cold Fire, so there's that. How do I even want to hit things here? This is tough as well, because I'm disadvantaged on this because I got the 1 extra movement. Otherwise, I would have been fine. I would have been able to hit. This should be here, and then I would have gone all 3 of these without needing to move first. Now, now I have a bit of a problem because I kind of need to move first, but I don't necessarily want to, because I don't really want to go anywhere, because we can't have the Spellweaver in the front line. The idea is to hide in a corner, but that means the Cragheart and the Brute need to be on the front line, not the Spellweaver. Maybe we just kite over to this side of the room, but then why did the, I guess the Cragheart shouldn't have run all the way down here. Yeah, this was a bit stupid maybe. It's possible we, no, because the Brute needs to go here to skewer both of these as well. So we're going to this corner for now. Guess the Spellweaver can just kite around at the other side of the room maybe? The other problem is what we'd really like to do next turn when we... How are we even cold firing? Ah, this sucks. We're only going to get 2 targets of cold fire, too. I don't know what our plan is exactly. Ah, this is really difficult. I guess we cold fire these 2 next turn. We kind of want to use the bottom of Mana Bolt to heal the Brute, though, right? That means we need to be adjacent to him so that we can do a non-move heal on him, which is just so valuable because he's missing so much health already. The 3 free healing, while making sure the stun goes early. Or is it like, do we just use like Frost Armor? Just to absorb some big attacks? But 2 losses in the first room? Can we do that? Man, we're in an unpleasant spot. Should we have considered trying to use the bottom of Elemental Aid this turn? Nah, but again, it's the issue of initiative. We need to create fire. With fire orbs. Alright, I think I'm just going to move to here for now. I'll figure out what I'm going to do next turn. I'm just going to move there with Reviving Ether, and I'm actually just going to target the 3 corpses so that I get the max amount of damage I do with this, rather than targeting things with shield. I'll rely on my allies to deal with the shielded enemies. I can't use this in here. Yes, I am planning on infusing ice. Well, as usual, I want to see my attack flips first. 'Cause admittedly, at this point, I only have 1 ice modifier, but I'm attacking with advantage. So, I mean, I see 6 of my 24 cards, which gives me a 1 out of 4 chance, slightly less than a 1 out of 4 chance, but still, of seeing ice. So if I see the ice with a modifier first, then I don't have to use a potion. But otherwise, yeah, I'll infuse ice for sure to definitely stun, because I need this target, multiple target stun. It's just, yeah. I really want to use a non-move bottom action next turn, like mostly Mana Bolt, which means I need to be next to the Brute. The problem is I'm going to go before the Brute, and then the Brute's... I guess the Brute can like go over here so he doesn't completely run away and leave me stranded, but there's still this hitting me, and then this hitting me. There's just a lot of stuff that's going to cause problems here. But I think no matter what, I should go here, and then I'll evaluate what I'm going to do next turn based on... I mean, I don't know, we'll see what the enemies are going to do. Alright, so I'm going to move there with Reviving Ether, just so that I can get myself next to the Brute, and then I'm going to target the 3 corpses with Fire Orbs, which again is not the targets I really want, but ultimately I think are the targets I need. If the corpses hadn't got the +1 movement, we would just be safer from them because there'd be less likelihood that they would even hit us next turn because they've got a bunch of cards. I mean, they've got -1 moves, cards where they don't move, cards where they don't attack. But here, since they got +1 move last turn, now they're an immediate issue, which is a really big problem. Like that single flip has had an enormous impact on this room. Not just the fact that we lost as much health on the Spellweaver, but the fact that the corpses basically accelerated the amount of time, I mean, when we needed to deal with them by 1 turn. They like made themselves relevant 1 turn sooner, which is a really big issue. Because before we just had to deal with these 2 things, now we basically have to deal with everything in the room all at once, and there's just so much HP. I mean, 34, 47. Yeah, it's just way too much HP. I mean, it doesn't really matter. God, even if we hit them, we just do nothing. Should we hit the skeletons then? Just try to kite them? Can we even kite them very effectively? Not really. I don't even know. If we go here instead, let's just hit the skeletons. If we're not hitting the skeletons, who is though? I mean, I guess both of our other allies can do a bit better against the skeletons than we can. All right, let's just go here and hit the corpses. Like I said, I need to deal with them anyway, and I just need to deal damage as effectively as possible. So we're going to create fire. We're going to get 3 experience. We're targeting all 3 corpses. Ordering doesn't really matter. We'll do 1, 4, 3. Elite 1, Elite 4, and then regular 3. We will use the goggles. We will use our power potion here. Maybe we'll use the stun powder on one of them, huh? This would make us a bit safer. Now, I think we just have to hope that they flip something that does nothing next turn, to be perfectly honest. I think that's the only way we're getting through this room. Yeah. All right. We'll save the stun powder for the bones. So we've gained our 3 XP. We've created fire. So nothing to do but flip. So we've got advantage on all of them. So advantage on 1, advantage on 4, and advantage on 3. Okay. So there's a 5 on him. Jeez. A 4 on him. Yeah, that's pretty bad flips, actually. And then a 6. So 5 here, down to 12. 4 here, down to 13. And 6, or what, 13, down to 7. So what do I mean by these were bad flips? Well, so first of all, one of our attacks was advantaged, and we still ended up with a +0, which is pretty bad. Although still reasonably understandable. And we did get +2 and +1. The biggest problem here is that we didn't see a single curse. We would really hope to have drawn at least one of the curses out of our deck by drawing 6 cards with 3 curses in our deck and getting rid of it on this many advantage attacks. The problem is this is our only AoE, so we're not going to have any multiple target attacks with advantage again anytime soon. Which, well, I mean, all right, that's not true. I guess we have Cold Fire now, but we won't have advantage for it in the near future anyway. So basically, this was the best opportunity to get rid of curses, the safest opportunity. So we really hope to, and the fact that we didn't get rid of any of them is going to be a big problem going forward. Okay, and then since we didn't get ice as well, we're going to use our minor mana potion to create ice. And we're done. Okay, so Cold Fire, always. Mana Bolt or Frost Armor. I don't want to have to play 2 losses. I guess if I don't play this and I get attacked, I just have to lose cards anyway. I mean, I guess if I'm just, like I said, my hope for winning this room is that the corpses either just do it. They have 2 cards where they don't attack, okay? And they have 1 card where they don't move. So I'm just hoping to get one of those 3 out of 7 and just be safe because of this. And if they do end up doing a move and attack, then I'll just use Mana Bolt and move rather than using Mana Bolt to heal. But like I said, I think basically my only real hope for beating this room at this point is for them to dirtle for a turn here. Okay, so the skeletons are going to be stunned anyway, so initiative doesn't matter so much for when we move to them. I guess we'd still rather move away from the corpses before they... Oh, well. Well. Yeah, there is a problem here as well. All right, I guess we need to play to our outs, right? If I'm trying to count on the corpses doing something useless, I do need to consider one of the useless things. So the problem is one of their useless things is they do a move +1 model immobilize at 21 initiative, okay? And so the issue with that is if the brute gets immobilized here, he doesn't get to skewer the 2 targets. I can't afford that to happen, and I am trying, like, I need one of those 3 out of 7, and that is one of the 3 out of 7. So if I'm playing to that as an out, I can't then be like, well, I hope they don't do that as well. Then that's way too greedy. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to use this to move because it's the only thing I can do before 21 at this point. And I'm just going to use that to move here. This sucks because I'm missing out on that heal too, although I will just Hammer Potion it back. So I'll still have the opportunity to use it as a heal, but I mean, obviously the Hammer Potion has a real cost. Still, this is, I think, the most reasonable thing to do here. Okay, so what is El Cragheart doing? We forgot to infuse Earth. Look at that beautiful line of elements. We've got literally all the elemental elements here. Nice. Um, Dirt Tornado Heaving Swing, I guess. Seems pretty bad. Doesn't really hit relevant things. Let's actually go as late as possible. Why do we want to do this? Well, this way, hopefully the muddle. I mean, it's not like we're killing anything with this AoE this turn, right? So at least by going late, hopefully. I mean, again, we're hoping that these do nothing, and then the bones should go before that. But because they'll be stunned, they'll just shrug off the stuns, and then we'll theoretically target like this, and then we'll get muddle on the 2 bones, something like that, for their following turn, which will actually help us a lot. So I think this is the best thing to do. We're already in position. We don't need to move at all in the Spellweaver. Yeah, I mean, we've got a lot of ifs here. There's a lot that has to go right, but again, we're in an unrealistic position to be able to play standard and win based off of what happened in the first turn and the level of difficulty we're playing. All right, let's go. Ah, there it is. Whew, geez, they're going right after. Well, this changes a lot of things, right? Got a lot of new information here. So fortunately, we did play correctly here. They drew the exact card. But so the good news is they're not attacking this turn. That's big. The bad news is, well, I mean, there's not really bad news. I mean, it's also tempting because the skeletons aren't moving. So if we move away from them, we don't need to worry about stunning them, which would be really nice, right? The problem is the skewer really wants to hit 2 of them, which means we always have someone next to one of them. And an attack +2, I mean, an attack 6, it's just too much to absorb at this point. So I think we still have to stun them. The other option is we could like both move away and then use a skewer or something. The other problem is they're actually gonna get muddled, but I guess we're gonna be muddled anyways. It doesn't actually matter. I mean, we could like move away and use a skewer on one, like move away, cold fire over here or something. But we'd just be losing damage this way, which I think is too significant. Yeah. Plus, this way we get some healing as well. The problem is we're going to be immobilized next to everything next turn, which is scary, but we've got Frost Armor. I mean, maybe using that bottom after all. We'll see. I think this is still the best play. All right, and they'll be muddled next turn. Let's just do it. I'm going to use the heal first, just so I don't forget, even though technically it's incorrect. I'm going to use a heal 3, range 1 on the Brute. Again, if I heal the poison off, I still can't take any hits, so might as well just heal the Brute. So he goes up to 9, who can actually take some hits. And then we're going to consume Ice and Fire to make an attack 3, range 3, stun. We're going to be targeting the 2 bones, so we'll have a disadvantage and a regular. We'll do disadvantage first and then regular. Of course, now we will naturally draw a curse. So disadvantage first. Yeah, okay, amazingly not. Just gives us 1 damage. And a stun. And then the regular. There it is. That's pretty unfortunate because every point of damage against them really matters with their 2 shield. Alright. So a stun as well. And we're done. Next up is the Brute. So as much as we'd like to heal, we really want to get the 2 target skewer. So we're going to do the bottom of Eye for an Eye as a generic move too. We're going to go to here. And we're going to consume Wind. Gaining 1 experience, making an attack 4, pierce 1, targeting both the living bones. So we'll do closest to furthest. So the number 9 first, and then number 10. Nothing special to add, just the consideration whether we want to use this, which I don't think we do. Okay, nice. All right, that's still pretty good overall. So our first is a 6, and we pierce 1 on each. There's 1 shield that gets through. So a 6 becomes a 5, so he's down to 3. That's very nice. And then here we have a 4, piercing 1, so he takes 3, down to 7. All right, that was a good skewer at least. Now the corpses go. So this is target 1 adjacent enemy. All their focuses are going to be her. So to there, so to there, and to there. Ooh, dear God. Sacrificial Spellweaver. So immobilized and muddled. Yeah, it'll be a miracle if she survives this room. Now they only have 1 more non-attack. But oh well. Living Bones go. They are stunned. Ah, sorry, I forgot. There's no new information anyway. As I said, I am going to hand a potion back that heal, which I use as a move. Get this back. All right, now it's time for the Cragheart to do Cragheart things. So we could target like this, which would hit more relevant targets because these don't have the shield against our attack, but then we would also muddle the brute. Better to do these targets, which I guess hits this skeleton as well. And we do care more kind of about the skeletons than the corpses. So let's do that. So we're going to use the bottom of Heaving Swing to add +1 attack to all ranged attacks this round. Then we're going to use the top of Dirt Tornado. We're going to consume the Earth, which gives us 1 experience. This gives us an attack 3 on Dirt Tornado. I think we're definitely using our minor power potion here. We need all the strength we can get, to be perfectly honest, right now. So yeah, adding +1. Again, I'm going to save the Piercing Bow just because I need the Piercing Bow so very badly for dealing with the Living Spirits later on. Because there will be living spirits in one of these rooms, and then there will be living spirits in this room. So I'll need one of my people to use the piercing bow, I think, for like this or this room, and then one of them to use in this room, most likely. Which is just why I can't afford to use the piercing bow here. You're not meant to have to use the piercing bow here. You're just not meant to have 2 shield skeletons already, I think, with level 3 cards. Okay. Anyone in... It's weird. I'm just going to refresh something real quick. Anyone want to give me an ordering real quick? Yeah, there we go. I thought that was bugged. There we go. For the enemies. We've got Living Corpse 3, Living Corpse 4, Bones 9, and Bones 10. If anyone can give me the order in which I should hit these enemies with my attack 4 muddle on Dirt Tornado. I'd prefer not to choose, because at this point it actually is quite relevant. We've got a decent chance of potentially killing, well, we've got some chance of at least killing this one. Alright. 9, 10, 4, 3. Alright, let's do it. 9, 10, 4, 3. Thank you, Corelord. A lot writing on this. Let's go. So 9, we really want to see a +1 for this. It's so important. Okay. I guess I can just put muddle on all of them. No, I guess if I get a crit on the... No, even if I get a crit here. No, if I get a crit there, I do kill it. Alright, then 10. Oh, there's the +1. Alright, so our attack of 4 turns into a 5, which is 3 damage. Does there always be muddle here? We'll see. So then 4 and 3. I had a 50% chance to get the +1 on the one we wanted, but oh well. So this one took no damage, and this got a +1 on a 4, so 5. Down to 2, and muddled as well. Yeah, Gripeaway indeed. Or Gripeaway, as it turns out. But this is big not killing this one, unfortunately. Guess it doesn't really change too much, because then this one would just move up to take its place, but well, we'll see. Alright, that's the turn. Fortunately, we got a lot of muddles thrown out there. I'm not sure that changes much when it's at 3 health and poisoned. Dear God. Let's see what we can do. What can we do? Sentient growth. How does that look? Looks okay. It's probably our best attack at this point. How can we save the Spellweaver? I mean, I guess we really can't. Guess the Spellweaver always has to play this here, because otherwise we're losing cards no matter what. Better to lose 1 card to negate 2 than 2 cards to negate 2. And I guess we've got range right now. We might as well save the better initiative next turn. Yeah, it may very well be. I mean, like, it does look like it is actually the time for the bottom of Frost Armor Shine. Very rarely used, but it does seem like it should be the case here. The only other question, is there any way that could one of our allies just draw all the aggro and then we could use the bottom of Elemental Aid with the top of, for example, Frost Armor instead? Or Flashing Burst? Or Frost Armor? Is it possible? There's not really any way to draw all the aggro. Plus, we would be inviting more attacks if we jump outside. So yeah, I think it is just time for Frost Armor to shine. And so we'll use Flame Strike here. It's an attack 3 and attack 3. The elemental creation on Flashing Burst doesn't really matter. And this way we can use then Flashing Burst and presumably the bottom of Elemental Aid the following turn. And we're splitting our good initiative since we're using Frost Armor this turn anyway for the bottom. Okay, so how do we go about killing some things here? How do our allies help? And I guess multiple heals is not bad. This plus this does allow us to actually get 2 healing through on the Spellweaver. With all the muddles, there's a chance then that she can absorb 1, I mean, like, that she can take, like, an attack 4 that she survives, and then block 2. Or, I mean, like, block 2, and then maybe have, like, an attack 4, which doesn't kill her. Problem is the bones are more likely to attack before the corpses. Although I guess the regular corpse goes, we're going to kill the regular corpse. Yeah, it's not super likely, but I'm still not sure we can do better than this. I guess the biggest issue is that we're going later initiative by doing this at 38, but moving and retaliating, does that change anything? No, because she's going at 20 anyway. We could use Unstable Upheaval to move, and then we would draw aggro of one of them. That actually might still be worth it. It is pretty important that she doesn't just die, I guess. Yeah, this is probably too greedy. It's probably better to do this. By doing Sentient Growth first, like attacking like this, most likely, and then moving up here with Unstable Upheaval, we at least... So, like, this should die, and then we'll draw the aggro of this. The problem is this bone... I mean, whichever bones is here is going to be hitting 2 targets. I guess she can actually stun that bones with the powder. That is the downside of the front one dying or not dying, is that we're gonna have to stun it, but we might just kill it, and if we kill it, then the back one's gonna move up, which is really bad. So what can the brute do? So the brute can attack here, but like I said, we don't. I guess if we attack and kill this, then we stun this one. That's fine. So what if we do that actually? So what if we do something like trample to attack and kill it, which it should. Oh, God, crossing our fingers here. And then we use something like Eye for an Eye to heal the Spellweaver. Does the fact that he can create Earth at 18 change anything for the Cragheart? No, not really. Earth doesn't change much here. So this seems like a pretty feasible plan. I mean, we're getting everyone to go before 20. So the Brute will kill this, presumably. I mean, we at this point have to assume that an attack which does 3 damage to something with 3 health kills it. And then we're getting a heal 2 here, plus the heal 2 here from the Cragheart. So we're still getting her up to 5 health, with all of them being muddled. The Cragheart's going to draw this attack away, presumably kill this corpse. Again, we're also once again hoping that an attack 2 on something with 2 health kills it. And then she can stun this one. So that should really actually in the end just have 1 bones attacking her. And we'll have Frost Armor up. And so even if one of the 2 things fails, I mean, I guess this one can fail, this one really can't, because the bones hitting 2 targets is too big of a deal. But alright, this looks like it should work. God, what could possibly go wrong? I mean, at least we've got a plan, right? Alright, there's the 20. The heal is annoying, but we're going before them, so that should be okay. Plus 1 attack on the corpses, though, now that they're engaged in melee. But we got the lucky flip last turn of them not attacking. I mean, relatively lucky. 3 out of 7. So, I can't complain too much. Alright, well, let's get to it. First things first, we're going to use Sentient Growth. So we get attack 2. We're going to target like this, like I said, because the 2 on this corpse should kill it. Obviously, killing this is a big deal. So, alright. Core Lord or anyone else. It can be your chance to redeem yourself or someone else's chance to save me. This is so, so important, right? I don't care really at all. I can get a curse. I can get a -2. I mean, I prefer to not get bad stuff, but I can get whatever on number 4, but I have to get a +0 or higher on number 3. This is so, so important. So I'm using Sentient Growth targeting like this, the Spellweaver and these 2 corpses. So please give me the numbers. 3 or 4 first. Anyone. I cannot make this decision myself. I know I'll get it wrong. All right, we've got some agreement here, so that's pretty good. And all right, I like it. Thank you, everyone. Let's do it. 3 first. Gotta believe. Yes! Whew! I love you all. Let's see if it would have mattered. Yes, it would have. Oh, thank you. Good work, everyone. Good work. That's big. That's big. All right, so this corpse dies. Do we have something about... What's our goal? No, no one to become exhausted. Undamaged monster with single attack. We haven't done that yet. And then 1 or more elites. All right. So we just get 1 damage here, but like I said, this matters very little to me. Getting that kill is so much more important. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right, and then we get a heal 2 on the Spellweaver, which just removes the poison. Okay. And then we're going to use the bottom of Unstable Upheaval to do a generic move 2. I guess we don't have to move up more, but if we do, maybe at some point we can actually run away from them or something. I don't think there's really any advantage to being there, is there? Do we have any like range 1 stuff? No, I don't think so. No, it's better to get around like this, and then theoretically we can move around on the other side using Rumbling Advance to deal direct damage if we need to, something like that. So yeah, we'll just go to there. We're at full health, so we don't need to use a healing potion or anything like that. All right, so that worked out well. Step 1, complete. Now step 2. We have to kill this skeleton. So, well, nothing to it but to do it. Attack 3, Pierce 2, targeting skeleton number 9 from the brute. Please be kind. Oh, thank God. Oh, yes. We might actually survive this room after all, miraculously enough. So we get the kill there. And then, so now the question is, do we heal ourselves or do we heal the Spellweaver? Which is actually a very real question. The Spellweaver needs to use Frost Armor no matter what. This is a good question. So she's gonna get poisoned again, but the question is being at 5 health for the Spellweaver significant in any way? Is it more valuable than us being at? I mean, I guess we still got a healing potion. Yeah, I think it's better to heal the Spellweaver. I think it's safer. I'm not sure now, because the truth is we have to play Frost Armor here no matter what. She's still gonna take an attack, what? An attack 7, even with Muddle. So she's going to take an attack 7, so we have to play Frost Armor. Otherwise, we end up losing 2 cards from hand. Better just play 1 lost card and to get another charge. So the fact that we're going to play Frost Armor now leads us to be inclined, I guess, to stay close to... I mean, at the same time, being at 5 health against things that attack for 6 doesn't change much. But this attacks for 4, so if this gets 1 attack on her at some point, that can actually be a difference. Yeah, I think it's still worth it. I think. At the same time, healing ourselves if we're going to get elemental aided. Actually, I'm not even sure we are because she'll have to move. Yeah. All right, let's heal the Spellweaver. All right, so we create an Earth, and we do a heal 2 on the Spellweaver. And then we're done. All right, and so now the Spellweaver's up. So we're going to use the top of Flame Strike as an attack 3 range 2. We're muddled. We're going to target Living Bones number 10. We're going to use our Stun Powder. So this is an attack 3 stun with disadvantage because of the muddle. All right, well, 1 damage. Take every little bit we can get. And he is stunned. Stunning him was really a necessity because otherwise he's hitting 2 targets and healing himself, etc. It's just much better. And then we are, in fact, going to use the bottom of Frost Armor. We may short rest early. Man, but our longevity. Playing 2 losses like this, if we short rest early as well, but can't get a cold fire now. I'll have to see. Anyway, we're going to play this no matter what. So this is active. It's pretty rare that you play this for real, but occasionally this situation comes up when you get immobilized next to a bunch of hard-hitting melee enemies. And so we're done. Living Bones goes and is stunned. This is the muddle as well. And then the Living Corpses go. Alright, so number 1 will attack the Cragheart, and number 4... Even better, since she has the Frost Armor, just to let her absorb these 2 attacks? I don't know. In the end, since we killed all the other things... I guess the problem is, we couldn't actually know that we would kill the skeleton here, and if we didn't, then we would have had a problem. So it was actually safer to move him up. Because if we hadn't killed the skeleton, then we would have actually, if we had left the corpse to attack her, we would actually have 3 things attacking her, which would have been too much. And the skeleton actually would have attacked for 5, since she would have gotten poisoned again. Okay, so yeah. Number 1 attacks the Cragheart normally, and then number 4 attacks the Spellweaver with disadvantage. Oops. There's the muddle. Let's get rid of all these now. Alright, so first 1 on the Cragheart. Alright, so 5 damage. And poison. And then the disadvantage attack on the Spellweaver because the muddle was removed. Only a miss really made any difference. Alright, so we gain 1 experience and get a charge of Frost Armor. Or use a charge of Frost Armor. The value. Yeah, I mean... We needed to use this, though. I think, to be honest, we are supposed to... Oh yeah, we're poisoned as well, annoyingly enough. I think we are supposed to short rest here, actually. Oh, man. Not having stamina potion sucks. Because normally, after using this, we would have just stamina potion cold fire immediately, you know? Cold fire mana bolt. God, stamina potions are so good. So dumb. How much does the short rest early hurt us? We've already played 2 lost cards. I mean, at the same time, though, if we don't get some extra... I mean, we still need a lot to get through this room quickly. I mean, realistically. We don't have any CC with them. These corpses are still on top of us. We can't really run away from them very easily. Alright, let's short rest early. Oh, no. Oh, God. Um... Hmm. 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 Alright, chat. What do we do here? So we short rested early because we have the ice, which allows us to use cold fire here. The goal is to cold fire the 2 zombies so that they're just not an issue here. The problem is, of course, we short rested and rolled cold fire. Why is this a big problem? Because we can't reroll normally, because there's reviving ether in here. There's absolutely no doubt that if we reroll into reviving ether, we lose the scenario. Can we not lose the scenario if we lose cold fire here? How do we even avoid them hitting us? Cragheart doesn't even have early initiative left, really, so they're just pounding on us if we don't stun them. No CC. So we can take a 1 in 3 chance to lose the scenario guaranteed, to have a 2 in 3 chance of giving a big boost in this room. Or we can just let it lie, which means the short rest sucked because we would have been better off just waiting another turn since we're not getting anything better here. And like I said, I don't know how, like, I mean, we can't really distance ourselves from these two very easily. Maybe we can. Let's see. Let's see how easy it is. So we'll get Reviving Ether back and presumably Mana Bolt. Mana Bolt giving us early initiative because we need to go... No, I guess we don't even need to go before they're 21 anymore. So I guess at the same time, yeah, because we want to get away from the skeleton. The skeleton just play their 20, but they can always reroll it. And actually, if I have any experience with the second deck, I'm guessing that they're going to have a 20. But then he's still getting hit. But so then in that case, what? Play Mana Bolt and Reviving Ether, we do like a range attack on him, and then move 4 jump. But it's still hitting us. Unless it gets -1 move, which it just had the -1 move. It could not move. So it doesn't. Oh, it has one thing where it doesn't move and one thing where it doesn't attack, but it's still only 2 out of 5. Otherwise, most of the time it's just doing move and attack, and it's still hitting us. Could run into the next room, but that's not realistic. Is there any way to avoid these enemies attacking us? Is basically the question. If we don't use cold fire, I think there's not, right? 9 life and poisoned. We can't take. No one can take 2 attacks from them. Basically, they just hit way too hard. Elemental aid, maybe, but we can't elemental aid anyone that goes before us very easily. Yeah, the problem is, so to use elemental aid's bottom effectively, we need to go before they go. But if we go before they go, we're usually going to end up going before the person who's going to end up next to them, which means that they're just going to attack us anyway. If we use like Mana Bolt, and if we use Flashing Burst, we're still before the Cragheart who goes to 29. I guess he could go to 21, but even then, it's still 2 attack 4s? 2 attack 5s, actually, basically, because they're 7s. That doesn't work. I mean, the Cragheart still ends up losing a card. Does that better than losing a scenario because we flip Reviving Ether? Man, I'm just not sure. It's a very difficult decision. You know what? I'm feeling lucky. Whew! We did it. I mean, that sucks because Mana Bolt was definitely better than Flame Strike, but this was worth it. We made it. Gotta have the heart of the cards. All right. This plus this. We need our best possible initiative, which we're also going to use to move, and we're going to stun the 2 corpses. 26 goes before the corpses, so this is safe. Okay. Then what is everyone else doing? Be nice to kill this bones if we're going to kill the corpses. Don't have great initiative for that. But I still think that's probably worth doing. So we do these two. Just go pummel that that bones with an attack 6, which should kill it. So what is the old Craggy doing? So these two are going to be stunned, but we do still need damage on them. Move next to both of them, which does some damage. I don't actually have attacks left, unfortunately. Except for just Crater. Is pushing one even do anything? If we could somehow push this over, but we can't do that before the Spellweaver anyway. I guess no. Like push him there and stun these two instead. But these aren't worth running things because they still have so much health left, so that doesn't do much. I mean, I guess the two things kind of contrast what we want to do here, right? If we wanted to move next to them to get the 1 free damage, it doesn't really work with Crater. It would be better with a melee attack. We actually don't have that. We have healing, so let's actually look at what we have for top actions right now. We basically have that. I guess we kind of need this as a top action then at some point. So this is like top, 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 and bottom, 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 right? So I guess it actually has to be like that. I guess we can't really use the bottom of Rumbling Advance to deal 1 damage because we're just actually going to need it as a top because we don't have enough top actions actually left right now. Because we're not playing, loss here ourselves, I think. So yeah, I guess that's fine. So that means if we're hitting one of them with Crater, then which one of these bottoms we do doesn't matter so much. Guess better to move something like this. Then we can push this one to here or something. Because here we would be disadvantaged. So if we move here with our move retaliate, and we push this to here, and the Spellweaver can stun like the two of them like this. Problem is the Brute's also going to be adjacent to them though. And the Brute ends up running adjacent to them. Otherwise, what if we push one like up that way? It doesn't really change anything. Maybe it does. Maybe it gives us one more turn before they get to us. Then we need to go after the Spellweaver. What if we just use the heal this turn? Because we're not sure how we need to move. So better to just save the move for next turn. Because, I mean, we can still just use Crater. I guess the point is that we always want to push, but I guess if we push this one back, that's fine. It's actually quite good because then in 2 movements, it actually can't make it to either of these spaces. So this seems alright, actually. And then we'll just use the heal, I don't know, either on the Brute or to remove one of our poisons or something like that. Alright, this looks alright. And pushing one of them away from the other here doesn't matter because we're going after the Spellweaver, so she'll have stunned them first. Okay, let's go. 45-66. Alright, that's fine. So we go before. Everything is alright here. So Spellweaver first. Do a move forward flashing burst because we need to get away from them. We need to leave this spot to the Brute. I guess if we're pushing them this way, we are going to stay into this corner. So we're going to move to here with the bottom of Flashing Burst, doing a move 4. And then we're going to use the top of Cold Fire, Consuming Ice. We're going to make an attack 1 stun, targeting both the corpses. Nothing special really to do with that. Alright, so let's actually do something different here. So we actually only need to move 2. So let's use the bottom of Flashing Burst. That's a generic move 2. This will allow us to hammer and potion it back because we have only 3 cards in our hand here, so getting an extra card gives us an extra turn. And Flashing Burst is a good card. So we'll do a generic move 2 with the bottom Flashing Burst, and then we'll use hammer and potion to get it back, our first charge. And then, like I said, we'll use Cold Fire as an attack 1 stun targeting both zombies. We'll do 1 and then 4. The ordering doesn't really matter, it's just attack 1. So actually, really love to see curses here. No, that's actually about as unexciting as it gets. Unfortunately, we couldn't have the fire infused because the Cragheart didn't go before us. We could have had the Cragheart go before us for this consideration, but to be perfectly honest, the more significant element on Cold Fire typically is the ice rather than the fire. I mean, what makes Cold Fire obviously is being able to have both of them, but just getting the ice alone is already quite good. So I'd rather save the minor mana potion for later on when we can use, when we need to create ice or something. All right. So, sorry guys, sorry everyone in chat. I really got to get a better solution here. My app wasn't showing me what you guys were typing. I just tabbed out now just to double check because I thought it was weird that no one had typed anything. Crater pushing back or Earth and Cloud top. Yeah, Earth and Cloud top would have been a reasonable consideration, I suppose, immobilize. But I really wanted to use the bottom as a heal because we just need so much healing. Sorry, I'm reloading up chat now on my tablet. I keep saying I need to fix this, and I mean, well, I guess it's nothing I can fix. I should just actually download Twitch on my phone. I think that'll probably work better. I should try that for tomorrow. I guess it's a little bit more difficult to read. The tablet's a bit bigger, at least. All right. So yes, we're done. Next up is the Cragheart. So we're going to use, well, we'll start with Crater. Gain, or we'll consume the Earth, gain 1 experience, and make an attack 3, range 3, targeting number 4, so we don't have disadvantage. Okay. 4 damage, not bad. Down to 8. Pushed away. Which helps a bit. And then we'll use the bottom of Earth and Clod. Who do we want to heal? Probably the Brute. Probably going to be the Brute frontlining after this. So yeah, we'll do the heal 2 on the Brute, putting him up to 11. He's also not poisoned, although it's not very easy for us to do a heal that's larger, I mean, that's smaller than 2 to remove the poison. Typically, it's going to be heal 2 to remove the poison no matter what. But, I mean, we can do that next turn with this, and I don't know, it just kind of makes more sense to use the heal on the Brute, since the Brute's the one who's more likely to take hits in the future. So it's more urgent, I think, than removing our poison when we're not planning on taking hits. Okay, and so then the Brute goes, so we've got a move 4 jump. We're going to use our boots. So we get 6, and we're going to pray here. And, you know, we're just going to do like whoop, 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 whoop type stuff, and we'll end here. So this is really, really significant. This is an attack 6, so we gain 1 experience at the top of balance measure, because we move 6 total, 4, 5, 6. Or sorry, 5, 6. We have to get a -1 or higher on the skeleton. Okay, +1, beautiful. Got it. We didn't consider using the axe. We could have like pushed him here, but it would have put him closer, and we could have gone here and got the axe, but then we would have only had a 5, and then we would need a +0 or higher rather than a -1 or higher, which is just, in my opinion, too risky. All right, so skeleton down. So they're eliminated. We're done. And then the corpses go, but they're well stunned. Okay, so now we need to focus this one down because this one can't reach us. It's unfortunate that the higher HP one is the one that's closer. I guess we have push. So let's try doing something like this. We want to go early because we actually want to move away from where they can get to us, because we're actually going to try to push this one away as well. How early can you go? 26, so 27. Yeah, easy. This actually looks really nice. Oh no, that's a pull. Well, we'll see what they're going to do. We'll play these 2 cards, actually. We'll see. We're going to use a Hamina Potion charge for the Brute anyway, because this will give us 1 extra turn, which will allow us to synchronize the long rest between the Brute and the Cragheart, which is pretty significant. And we want to play this because it's our earlier initiative. 27 beats everything except their 21, and they're on their 21, they're not attacking, so this is good enough, I would say. And we have a couple different options here depending on what they end up doing. If they get -1 or they don't move, what we'd like to do is move up and push them away. If they end up moving, then we may have to try to do a ranged attack or something else. We'll see. We'll play it by ear. Regardless, the Cragheart doesn't have any attacks left. We're not going to be doing generic attacks when our heals will be more effective because we are going to need that healing. We're going to use this heal first to remove poisons, and it's a little bit more flexible, and then we can use this heal. Because even if we use the heal 4 now, the best we can get from it is a heal 3 or removing a poison, which would be much worse, obviously. And we'll try to do this the same turn with this. So for us, where are we as the Spellweaver? I guess we're at range 2, so we can actually just double pop off. It seems okay. And then the following turn, we go late and heal. All right. So this looks quite all right. So, and we will be going before the Brute goes, so even if the Brute does push away, we'll still get to make both of our attacks first. All right, looks great. The 21, huh? Okay, it's a bit annoying, but it's okay. It's not the absolute end of the world, because at least they're not attacking. So the problem is they're kind of like extending the fight when we really want to get to a long rest point, but on the positive side, again, they're not attacking. So the Cragheart goes first. So where do we want them to go? Ah, it is a daily thing, the cheer thing, huh? Back to number one, indeed. Hell of opener. I'm sorry that I once again forgot to change the title before starting the stream. I thought of it, I thought of you, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna do it. But then just like battle goals, I got distracted by a bunch of other things I had to do right before streaming, and I forgot. But I am trying my best. I will eventually get that right. All right, let's have a look here how we can do this. Um, so as it is right now, this is gonna move to here, and then this will just stay, I mean, adjacent to wherever the Cragheart is. We want this to stay at this range here. Can't make it to a coin or anything like that. The interesting thing is, if this goes here, then we haven't done this scenario though. I'm gonna do it soon, so I think I'm gonna actually bow out. All right, thank you. Well, the next scenario we'll be doing today, I'm not sure yet. Probably 18. It depends how quickly we do this one, I guess, because that's a longer one. Well, anyway, you're welcome to check in later in a few hours if you want, and we might be doing something else. But anyway, take care, and thanks for stopping by. So what's interesting is, like I said, this one will actually move to here, which is kind of good for the Brute, because he can actually do then the bottom of Spectacular and the top of Warding Strength is 2 attacks. The downside of this is that we won't actually use any generic actions, so we won't be able to use a Hammer Potion Charge, which means we won't get an extra turn here. But since they're doing this, it's going to be harder to kill them anyway. So we may need, I mean, we may not get to long rest after one more turn anyway. How much damage would we be doing? Assuming I mean, I guess there are like 2 options then. We could then either do, this is like the generic bottom, which still allows us to Hammer Potion it back, and we can still push him away. The advantage of pushing him away, I guess it doesn't really matter if we're immobilized here. No, because we'll go after, actually, yeah, so we'll lose the immobilize. Because then we could theoretically move away and he won't be able to reach us if we push him back. But otherwise, if we just do a generic top attack for 2 and a bottom attack for 2, this should theoretically put him down to 4. We can't really kill him next turn at 4, though. That's tough. Because the question is just whether we want him to run up to here. Otherwise, we can go here with the Cragheart, and then this will run to here as well. And then we can do a ranged attack on top and then generic move to here, which would allow us to Hammer Potion something back, and this would keep them further away. We would just get 1 less attack, but I think that's probably better because we get 1 more turn. Yeah, they also muddle. So, I mean, even 4 damage. I am being a bit optimistic. That's why I said that this is going to make it less likely that we kill them this turn. The problem is we'll have the Cragheart stuck here, being immobilized both of them. We should kill one of them, though. It's only 1 attack. No, I think it's actually best to put them both over here. It's just safer than having them go here. And, yeah, I think this is better. All right, so we're going to move to here with the Cragheart. We're going to do our heal first anyway, but it doesn't really matter too much. So we gain 1 experience by moving there. We've got Retaliate. That's change nothing. And then we do heal 2, range 3, target 2. And we're going to use that just to heal off the poison on both ourselves and the Spellweaver. Okay. And that's it for the Cragheart. Then the Living Corpses go. So like I said, it's 1, 2, 1, 2, but this one lower initiative. So they're both going to go to here. And the Cragheart is going to get immobilized and muddled. This is another fair point, I suppose, with the muddle, that basically doing an attack 3 which is not muddled or doing 2 attack 2s which are muddled, it's probably very similar damage, to be perfectly honest. At the same time, doing an attack 2 which has a chance of drawing a curse here, I don't actually mind so much. I mean, we still have some difficulty, but just dealing with these 2 guys isn't the absolute end of the world. The room was definitely much more difficult before, so I don't mind if I can fish some of the curses out of my deck before I go to the next room. Anyway, Spellweaver up next. We're just getting to attack this one twice. We'll begin with our top attack as usual. So we create a light and we get an attack 3, range 3, targeting the that's all, folks. The Living Corpse. Okay, so 4 damage, and then we'll just do the attack 2, range 2 on the bottom. 2 damage, so 6 damage total. It's down to 5. All right, not bad. And then we've got the Brute. So, I don't really want Warding Strength as the card we get back as a generic, though. That's interesting. That is most interesting indeed. We have a bit of a conundrum here, right? So, The conundrum is the card we want to get back the most is Spare Dagger, because this gives us better initiative for next turn. I don't remember the initiative. There are other earlier initiative. I know it's in the early 30s. I don't know if it's earlier than 32. I think it might even be 32. But so the point is, what we would, in terms of cards, what we would rather do, like getting cards back, is do a generic move at the bottom of Spare Dagger, going to like here and then use Warding Strength as a top, attack 3. It doesn't really matter which attack we make; they both do 3 damage, right? The difference is if we do that, we don't get to grab a coin and we don't get 1 experience. So it's basically like we can get a better card back and get worse rewards, or we can get a worse card back and get better rewards. I think the 32 initiative is good enough, and also to be perfectly honest, I guess the push 2 here can be relevant. If we push this to here and it doesn't move, then it actually does do something. So yeah, I think let's go for that. Also, the Brute is kind of the one we care the least about getting money on now. We really want money on the Spellweaver and the Cragheart quite a bit, but the Brute we really just don't care too much. So, I mean, it's kind of mean, but at the same time, he already got a nice juicy enhancement, whereas both of them are still waiting for their first one. So, and their enhancements are just more valuable. So we'll use the bottom of Spare Dagger as a generic move 2, going to here. Is it better to go to here? No, I don't think there's any advantage to this. Oh, yes, there is, because then this can't necessarily reach us, although he can't move anyway, so it changes nothing. So yeah, we'll move to there, and then we'll use the top of Warding Strike. We will use the push as an attack 3, push 2, targeting corpse number 1. We will use our Hammer Potion as well at the end of the turn, just to clarify. Okay. Well, I said I wouldn't mind fishing them out. I would have much rather that on attack 2s, but so be it. So he gets pushed 2 to there. And then we use the second charge of our Hammer Potion to get back Spare Dagger. Okay. And we're done. Yeah, we're just not going to finish them off. We actually don't have any attacks here, really. This is not ideal. We're going to be doing heals, but we're going to be doing heals with the enemies who do just more damage than we're healing. Still alive. Yeah, we'd call that suboptimal. But I still think we're just going to play our cards. We can always try to avoid them by moving. So I think it's okay still. And we'll see what happens. I guess the Cragheart can't avoid them. Yeah, that curse is actually a big deal, because otherwise it would have been quite easy to kill him. Now we're actually going to have to straddle the line a little more closely here to actually get the kill. 32. All right, it is that. That's interesting. Hum. Hum. Hum, 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 hum. That's an attack 8. Man, I wish we'd gotten Warding Strength. As it turns out, it actually would have been better if we'd done the other thing. I guess we wouldn't have pushed that one, so it actually wouldn't really change anything. Unfortunately, pulling him and running away doesn't work. I would love it if it did, but we end up still pulling him next to the Cragheart. Is the problem. Correct. For once, the pull did actually have the opportunity to do something. If, for example, we'd been here, we could actually pull him to here and then move away, which would be amazing. Unfortunately, as it is, if we pull him, he just goes to here. All right. Something I never actually thought about for this card. I mean, I'm sure that this doesn't actually work, but I am just curious if this is actually mentioned in the FAQ. Hold on, I'm just going to check something, and I'll explain. No, it's not mentioned. Brute has the smallest FAQ entry. Poor guy. So this says, move 4. If the movement was in a straight line, perform attack X, where X is the number of hexes you moved with this action. Couldn't I do 1, 2, 3, 4? I mean, that's in a straight line, right? This is, by definition, a straight line. It's multiple directions in a straight line, but it is still a straight line. And in that case, I would have actually moved 3 hexes, allowing me to do move 3. Now, I'm sure that this is not the intention of the card, but has anyone actually encountered this before or thought about this as a consideration? I'm just curious. So what are we actually doing, though? Well, I guess no matter what, I mean, we're leaving this one alone because he does nothing. We're attacking this corpse. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense to me that it's meant to only count in one direction. It just seems to me that wording as written, this would be a correct interpretation. But I mean, I agree. Like, I had never actually thought of this before because to me, it would always just made sense that it's meant to be in a straight line. Yeah, it makes sense that he would clear that up. All right, so let's gain 1 experience, and we'll do an attack 3, range 3, targeting corpse number 4 with the top of Spare Dagger. Oh, come on. Well, at least I got the chance to do this. And it's like this. Hold on. Man, I'm very good at typing. Beautiful. All right, and then we're gonna use the bottom of Hook and Chain to do a move 1, attack 1. It's unfortunate we couldn't flip the miss on the attack 1 rather than the attack 3. It's still worth doing this because no matter what, one of us is getting attacked, and the brute just has a bit more life here. And it also was in attack 1. Maybe we draw a curse. No, 1 damage. Beautiful. Just what we always wanted. Okay. So then we're done. So then the Cragheart goes. I can see where you're coming from with that one, Carlard. All right, so we're going to do a heal 4, I guess on ourselves, because the brute's actually only missing 3. 4. So I guess actually it wasn't better for the brute to move up. Oh well. Which creates earth. And then we're not going to do anything with the bottom. Okay, then the living corpse goes. So attack +2. So it's an attack 8. Poison, push 1 on the brute. Miss? No. 7. Wow. Oh wow. And push 1. Yeah. I see exactly. I mean, he even alluded to this in the Ask Me Anything, right? By saying that when he created this game, he never imagined that people would be, I don't even know if you'd say so vicious, but would pick apart the rules so extensively that it definitely seems like it has driven him a bit mad, for lack of a better way of putting it. Okay, we got nothing doing here. We're gonna consume this earth. We're gonna gain 1 experience. We're gonna heal ourselves for 5. This kind of sucks because we're gonna, well, I guess we're not long resting here because we still have all these enemies to deal with. We'd like to long rest, but I mean, it's heal 1 here. It removes the poison there, so might as well use the heal 5 on ourselves. And we've got to move 4 jump, which, yeah, I mean, I guess if we get here, we can do 2 attacks on him again. Whoop, go there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually 3, because, but yeah, this also gives us a coin, which is the most significant thing. Yeah, exactly. Which, so it's like a blessing. I mean, it's a curse in a blessing, right? Because the only reason that it has been like this is simply because the fact that it has been so played, so. Ah, they did suffer self-damage. Good catch. Thank you. I missed that. I was so tilted by the fact that I was so close to being able to ignore all their or avoid all their damage, while not actually being able to. Thank you, ECO. All right. So who long rests and who doesn't? I think. So the one who needs the long rest the most is the Spellweaver, but the Spellweaver is also the one who's kind of the most effective here, not long resting. Because she can actually do 5 damage pretty easily to a single target. I guess the Brute can also deal 4 damage pretty easily to this with Balance Measure. Is it no long rests? That doesn't seem right. But I guess, as things stand right now, if we do any long rests, we shouldn't actually kill all of them. So I guess it is no long rests. Ugh, that hurts. All right, no long rests. Okay. Oh god, we actually just don't have attacks left. God, we're gonna have to revving out there so soon, so early in this scenario. It's possible we need a long rest. Oof. Yeah, I guess. I mean, it's just kind of the same thing. This is a really important card for us, Blunt Force, but we just can't lose Massive Boulder. Alright. Not Balanced Measure. Okay, that's fine. There are some traps in this scenario, but not so many, right? If you got 4 total traps, it's going to be 2 on each side. And the Cragheart has push, so yeah. That's fine. Alright, what do? What do? How kill? Well, like I said, Balance Measure kills, but is it safe? What if we don't kill? Is it better to just disarm one of them? It's probably the safer play. Spellweaver also has a bit of an issue of not doing anything. Hmm. I've just lost all our attacks. We have really only this attack and this, which is AoE. We've got a heal, but the heal isn't really where we want to be right now. I'm just trying to figure this out. What is the best way to deal with all of them? I think actually the disarm seems quite good. We've got a decent chance to kill because we can actually use the bottom hook and chain. I'm coming around a little bit more on this card. Just as a move to attack 2 here, and then attack 2 disarm. Overall, this should kill this, but if it doesn't, he'll still be disarmed. Alright. So then the other 2 people just need to deal with that 1 remaining corpse. Easier said than done, but I guess that's just these 2 cards for the Spellweaver. Which can be either an attack 1 and attack 2, or an attack 3, and then I guess a move to pick up a coin is the most likely combo there. And so, what is Yol Craggeekins doing? It'd be nice if it create Earth, but I guess we can just create Earth next turn. That's not a big deal. It'd also be nice to use a smaller heal this turn to heal the Brute, but I guess we can also, again, we can also do that next turn. So neither of us need much healing. The Brute needs a ton of healing, but how much actually? I guess to remove the poison and then basically, like, yeah, I mean, healing 9, so this plus this. So the total healing we need to do is pretty much Earthing Clod or Nature's Lift, plus Rumbling Advance, plus Elemental Aid. So I guess it is better. Have they reshuffled? They have not. So the earliest they can go is like a bit later, right? Yeah, I don't think they can actually go earlier than 38. I think we can get away with doing this. If we're going to do this, we do need to do a melee attack, but that's also fine. We can't do better than single target attack 3 here. Like I said, we can create the Earth next turn. So this works out. All right. So 3 plus 3, hopefully we kill. Guess we might not kill it, but I mean, we can't do better than 3 and 3 here, I think. Wow, we could create an element or something, but that's just wasteful. We could use this bottom to attack. What if we go to there? Then that removes the poison as well. But we'd have to go before the Brute goes, and the Brute's going at 10 now. I guess we don't need the Brute to go that early, but is 42 too late? Can we go before that, move up? No, because then we don't have a melee attack. The initiative doesn't work, then we go too late. No, this is fine. Let's just run this. I think this works. 91. All right, not even attacking, so this is fine. Okay, well, does that change our plans at all? We've got no hammer potions left, so getting generic actions doesn't really make much of a difference. Attack 2 is still better than attack 3 pull. Alright. Let's do it. Move to attack 2. To here. Targeting number 1. Okay. So he's down to 1. That is interesting, actually. Because then we could try to Flame Strike plus Cold Fire. No, it doesn't matter, because I was going to say we could use range attack, but we had to use that for the move. Alright, anyway, attack 2, disarm. Targeting the same corpse. Okay, well now we get all our nice modifiers, but so be at least we kill him. Ah, crap. It's bandits and cultists, no, so none of those. Did we kill an elite on the Spellweaver yet, or no? I don't think we have. I don't think I missed that. I guess we'll see. Okay. So you're done. So now the Spellweaver goes. We'll just do attack 3 with the top of Flame Strike. I think it's better to do a 3 and be able to pick up a coin than rather than do a 1 and a 2, even if we would like to get rid of some curses. Alright. So 4 damage, she's down to 2. Ah, that should have been our elite kill. I guess that's the downside of this, but we can't let the Spellweaver get perks anyway. She's not allowed to complete battle goals. Alright, and we use the bottom of Cold Fire as a generic move 2 and go to here. And Hound Potioning here does nothing for us because we have 2 cards in our hand. Okay. Then it's the Cragheart's turn. We'll begin with Heaving Swing. We'll do an attack 3, push 1, targeting corpse number 4. We will push. Okay, well, he dies anyway, so the push does nothing. And then we'll use the bottom of Earth and Clod as a heal 2 on the Brute, which just removes his poison. Alright, well, we made it through this room. Still not sure we're going to beat this scenario. I mean, the Brute and the Cragheart did fine in terms of longevity, but the Spellweaver having already lost 3 cards is four cards? What? Yeah, okay. Yeah. Okay then. 4 cards. So, plan is pretty clear. Spellweaver can't make it to any coins and open the door. What are our other buddies doing? We definitely want our biggest heal, which also creates Earth so that she can use her biggest heal. We both need to be close to the Brute. What does the Brute do? So again, we've got... If he doesn't move, he can do this. Is that actually better? Can we save Rumbling Advance then? But at the same time, we kind of need him to move. We need to start going towards the next room. We don't have longevity to dick around in this room. I think we have to leave those coins behind, even though the coins are so valuable at this difficulty, being worth 4 gold each. That's tough. That's kind of interesting. I guess given that I'm playing on such high difficulty, I can actually maybe play the scenarios the way that I would want to. What I mean is, and this is really, I mean, all right, again, full disclosure, well, not really full disclosure thing, but in all fairness, the game is probably, well, it's certainly not designed for people to be playing this difficulty level, or honestly, even close to this difficulty level early in the game. That's just not what Isaac had in mind when he made the game. But what I mean is, like, the reward for the scenario, I think it's like 5 gold or 5 experience each, something really crappy like this. That's terrible, right? I mean, picking up one of these coins is basically almost as good. I mean, if I go get these 2 coins, that's almost as good as just beating the scenario for me. So, what? It's just silly to try to focus on beating the scenario over making sure I grab all the coins because the rewards for beating scenarios are so atrocious. So this is a bit of a problem. Now, because I'm streaming, obviously I have some motivation for entertainment value to actually make sure that I beat the scenarios. But from a personal motivation factor, like getting these coins is much more valuable than doing anything else in this scenario. So I wonder if how I should play this actually. So let's see. Let's try to get the coins then. So what does that mean? So if like the Cragheart goes here, Spellweaver goes here, Brute doesn't move, then accordingly we could actually do, instead of this, we could do something like this, plus this to do our healing to save Rumbling Advance, which is just a better card than either of these two cards, which is crazy to say because level 2 card Rumbling Advance is a great card. And the Brute's not moving, and he's actually creating Earth. And then I guess we're just playing kind of a throwaway card here, which is fine. So, except we've got only good cards left. Well, we don't need Trample immediately. We'll need it at some point, but all right. Let's try this. This is definitely too dirtling, and there's a decent chance we lose the scenario because of this, but like I said, I mean, these coins are worth more to me than beating the scenario, so I should still play correctly. Okay, so Brute goes first. Does he heal 2 on himself? Yeah. Doesn't change much if I do this on the... Oh, no. Yeah, because it's 2 target there, since we did things a little bit differently. All right. So, and creates Earth, does nothing with the top. Then the Cragheart goes, so we do a move 2, heal 1, affect all adjacent allies. We're going to move and grab this coin. And that gives a heal 1 to the Brute, plus then we're going to use the top of Nature's Lift, so that's heal 3 everywhere. So we get it, or heal 2 on us, and heal 2 on the Brute, plus the 1 from the bottom, so heal 3 on the Brute. Okay. So then we're done. So then the Spellweaver goes, does a move 4 jump, moving to here, 1, 2, 3, grabs this coin, and then consumes the Earth, gains 1 experience, and does a heal 5, targeting the Brute. Nice, so he's actually up to full. Beautiful. So we got everyone to full health and grab the coins. Alright, long rest on the Spellweaver for sure. Time for our other friends to go open some doors. So we don't have boots anymore, which does make opening doors a bit more difficult, right? So I guess we just run to the door with a move 4. Kind of sucks. Use a ranged attack, and then, yeah, I don't know what we'll do afterwards, but figure it out. So these 2 cards. So then for the Cragheart, move 4, but it's this. We're fortunately 1 close to the door. So I guess if we go late and just move behind the door with something like, I guess we might want this the following turn. Yeah, I guess we can move like this. Yeah, and then we've got good initiative bottoms with reasonable tops. Okay, this looks good. So Brute first, move 4 jump. Well, jump doesn't really matter. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, let's set up this room. So in the front we have 1 elite and 2 regular corpses. Nope. I set everything 1 over. Okay, so the corpses have 13 and 17 health. Okay, and then we've got 3 regular living spirits. Oof. These have 4 health each, right? Yeah, unfortunately going up to 5 did ruin the beautiful numbers. The beautiful numbers. Right, let's see what all these fellows are up to. Oops. Alright, not moving. That's fine. And these move up, but not very much. Okay, fair enough. So we don't actually have range to attack anything, unfortunately. I can't move further with our boots, so we just do nothing, unfortunately. So be it. Oh, which means the Cragheart's also not going to be hitting anyone. Yeah, that sucks. That does suck. -1 move. Ah, man, that's so bad, actually, because if they had just gone normally, we would have been fine. Well, using our boots had a real cost, as to getting the coins, so no one to blame but ourselves. Letting corpses go, -1 move, so they just move 1. And yeah, it's not like the Brute could have chosen to go off the door with 4 movement. Ah, man, that's so bad. That's really, really bad. Okay, so we've got move. Should we set up backup ammo instead then? Also not going to have created Earth. Which sucks. This is overall quite bad. There's just no way around this, unfortunately, though. Alright, now I think we'll just move backup ammo or not backup ammo. Using backup ammo would be good to help us deal with the living spirits, because then we can use our bow with massive boulder hitting 2 of them, which is a pretty easy way to basically kill most of them in like rumbling advance. It's playing a loss here, not too costly. Now we're at 10 cards, so this is the time to play a loss, I guess. And honestly, the Spellweaver needs the tempo boost. I mean, needs us to pick up the tempo a bit because of how far behind she is in terms of tempo. So sure. So I guess we'll move like that with Massive Boulder, and then we'll set up backup ammo. I think this is probably correct. The worst problem is the fact that... Aha. Aha. Oh. Aha. So we could move 1 less going to here. Oh no, we moved 2 anyway. We were here because the brute was here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and we were here. Yeah, because we have 3. So we can actually move there as a generic move with the bottom massive boulder, which will allow us to ham and a potion it back, which is a big deal because we've got backup ammo. So what we'd be giving up is a turn by using the ham and a potion here when we don't need an extra card, but we'd be getting a power spike by getting a much more powerful ranged attack. I think that's got to be correct. Man, so we're giving up a lot of longevity here. Multiple turns by playing a loss, obviously, and then 1 more turn on top of it by using Hamina Potion. Out of order, I would say, but the value of getting this massive boulder is huge. Okay, so then we're done, and the Spellweaver gets her long rest. And she gets to choose what to lose. Yeah, it should probably be Cold Fire. Certainly, so we've got 1 turn, and then we need to... Reviving Ether. Okay, so we're going to go late. Hope that they move up to here and be able to do a range attack with Flame Strike. I think that looks good. We can still absorb a hit too if we need to. We still got that. Alright. Just give me 1 second. I just forgot to check something. Sorry. I just needed to make sure that there wasn't anything I needed to update. Alright. This still looks good. Yes. Alright. So we don't have great initiative for the brute. We also kind of need the enemies to come up. It's just so awkward for the brute, actually. Why it's awkward is because we need the enemies to move up, but typically if they move up, they're both going to hit us, which is actually really bad. I mean, that's 11 damage, which we just don't want to take. So it's actually better for us to move away, but if we move away, then we don't actually hit anything this turn either because we've used both our range attacks. We hoped to hit with a range attack last turn. Last turn was a really big shame for us. So I think we still just need to do this. We can theoretically like hop around and set up wind. I mean, we can't run into them. This gives us some options. We'll see. We're going to save Balance Measure in our hand because it's our best card. We don't want to lose it. So then the Cragheart definitely wants to use Massive Boulder and definitely wants to go late and wait for the enemies to move up. And then theoretically Dirt Tornado the following turn and then run away quickly. Crater could also be quite good. No, if we're waiting for them to move up, they're going to be too far from the traps. What are these traps anyway? Poison damage. Those are some nice traps, but yeah, they're just too far from the traps. Only this turn could we do it, but we don't have the earth this turn. The Brute can't create the Earth for us, so we could just like short rest early with the Brute to get the Earth, and but we'd have to move up to be able to use Creator now. I don't think it's worth it. I think it's better to kite them backwards. So I guess in that case we can just play Creator as a generic move too. This allows us to, I mean, we basically want to keep these two cards most likely for the following turn, and then we just keep Rumbling Advance, one of our best cards in our hand. Alright, I think this is good. Alright, that's fine, this is fine. All reasonable stuff. Okay, so McBrutikins is first. Yeah, we're gonna use Leaping Cleave, do a move 3 jump. We're just gonna move to here, just to stay just outside of their range, and we can always attack and move back next turn or something, and create wind. And with the top of Leaping Cleave, or Skewer, we do nothing. Okay, the Living Spirits go. They have 3 movement and 4 range. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1, 2. This doesn't put it any closer, does it? No. 1, 2. Yep. And they have nothing in range to curse. But they do create an ice, which is kind of interesting if we hadn't just gotten rid of Cold Fire. Alright, and then the Living Corpses go. So they're standards. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. This gives us a beautiful Massive Boulder. Alright, first we have the Spellweaver, who's going to do a move 4 jump. Alright, so I actually needed the Brute to move to here. There's no new information, so I can fix this, because the Spellweaver needs to go to here to hit. Is this too risky? Nah. I mean, kind of is, right? Whoa. No, because we can avoid a hit. And if we go to here, yeah, we're fine. So yeah, so we'd actually had the Brute move 1 more. Again, there's no new information. We had all this information before since we haven't flipped anything unknown, so we can just have him move the 1 more. Because we need to go to here using the bottom Reviving Ether to move there so that we have range to attack. So it's a bit risky because next turn, since we have to get Reviving Ether back, we lose Flame Strike no matter what. And that means we're going to be going at 80 initiative, which is obviously quite risky. The turn we're doing Reviving Ether. This is a bit of a meme for the Spellweaver, right? The positive, though, is we have a charge of Frost Armor up and we're at 9 health, and realistically, like, this can go here and attack us, theoretically, if we don't have another ally adjacent, but that's only 1 enemy hitting us, and we've got the charge of Frost Armor anyway. And these things shouldn't be hitting us. I mean, nothing really should be hitting us because we're going to be going so late anyway, so whoever's next to us will draw the aggro regardless. So, yeah, I mean, we've got a lot of protection here to make it pretty safe, I think. Now, that's like classic Spellweaver last words, but still. So we'll move there, using the bottom Reviving Ether as a move 4 jump, and then we'll use the top of Flame Strike as an attack 3, range 2, wound. Guess it's better to kill the Elite first. The Elite is much more threatening. The fact that it hits for 2 more and eliminating 1 enemy because we're going to try to hold the door doesn't really change too much. Oh, by the way, now that there are a bunch of people here in chat, could I ask real quick? Do we have transcodes? Can you change the quality settings now? Because if you can, I'm going to start streaming on a different bitrate, or on a higher bitrate, so that people have more options. Can anyone in chat answer that for me? All right, anyway, so attack 3, range 2, targeting Elite Corpse number 4. Now we're probably not gonna long rest, and we are gonna get like fire orbs back. So we might need to use that. I don't know. Let's not use the goggles for this. All right, so be it. All right, you have it. All right, thank you, Antera. So that means that pretty much everyone should have it. I mean, I imagine that means everyone has it. So next time I stream, I will increase the bitrate. That's good to hear. That means I can, because I had turned down the bitrate significantly. I used to stream on 6,000. Now I'm streaming on 3,000, just because I knew we didn't have transcodes for a while, but we've had a higher average recently. So that means we have transcodes, which means we can more safely stream at a higher bit rate since people won't have issues. Okay, so we're done there. So now it's the Cragheart's turn. So we're going to create Earth using Massive Boulder. We're going to make an attack 3. At range, we gain 1 experience from backup ammo because we have Massive Boulder. So we're always attacking the Elite, and I guess the other one we attack doesn't really matter. I guess the front one makes more sense slightly. So we'll be attacking 4 and then 1 in that order. Each of these are attack 3s that do splash damage. And there's nothing special we should really be using here. Okay. So it's a 3 and a 4. So this one should take 4 damage because he takes 3 and then 1 splash. So 4 down to 11. And this one takes 4 from the attack plus 1 splash, so 5. And then this one takes 2 splash. And yes, backup ammo plus massive boulder is a thing of beauty. Oh, I mean, all right. So French internet is amazing, but it's not as amazing as Eastern European internet. Like Eastern European internet is truly the dream. Or I guess like South Korean is pretty good as well. I think maybe Northern internet is quite good as well. But French internet, yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. After coming from North America and moving to Europe, the internet is one of the things I appreciate the most. I have um 500 down, 300 up, and it is actually 500 down, 300 up. Like when you actually test it, and not just on speed test, but like actually running other tests which don't get throttled or whatever. But or not throttled, the opposite. But yeah, so I have 500 down, 300 up, and we pay around 24 euros per month for that. Which, well, for that plus the TV. And the TV we don't really use. We just have like basic cable because they don't give options of not having cable basically anymore. But yeah, it's fiber. Yeah. So like the difference between that and North American internet, you have no idea. I mean, I remember back when I mean, the last time actually lived in the U.S. for a long period of time was when I was at university, and even there it wasn't terrible, and I was paying like I want to say 55 or 60 per month, and I had like 10 down, 2 up or something like that. Oof. Yeah, it's very nice. All right. So that was our attack. Do we need to move at all with Crater? I guess we want someone to be adjacent. The Brute, is the Brute taking a short rest here? Probably. Can we try to take a long rest with the Brute? He would really love a long rest. This would help a lot. Doesn't need the health, but does need all the items back. Maybe better to wait? Yeah, probably better to wait. All right, so let's not take a long rest. So in that case, I guess we probably shouldn't move back. We can move back early next round anyway, depending on what we see from them. So we'll just stay where we are. We just use the bottom of Crater for nothing. And we have only one Ham and a potion charge on the Spellweaver left. We had no basic actions there anyway, so excuse me. All right, this looks good then. Let's end the round. So Spellweaver needs to do a short rest for sure. All right, well that's one life. And short rest here as well. Yeah, I mean, that's a little bit unfortunate. I definitely prefer to keep that guard, but the truth is, so many enemies here have I mean, 2 shield or 3 shield, that while disarming can still be quite valuable because we limit the number of enemies that can attack us typically, doing an attack that does no damage and kind of just trades our attack to prevent one enemy from attacking isn't necessarily always worth it. It can be, but I think I'm not gonna. It's not the end of the world for me to lose that. And there are other things that we need a lot, like our move fours to set a balanced measure. Trample is actually going to be quite important against a number of these shielded enemies as well. And then skewer now that we've got our wind up, stuff like that. It's annoying that we can't actually effectively skewer 2 targets here. We can, but it takes us going in pretty far. So I'm not sure what we really want to be doing here. Man, I wish I had skirmishing maneuver. That bottom range attack is so nice. So this plus this. It's an interesting choice, whether we should use Unstable Upheaval or Rumbling Advance here. Rumbling Advance basically would just allow us to add 2 free damage. I think that's probably worth it. It also does 1 damage to the Spellweaver, but I suppose that's probably good. And then at the same time, we might not want to move up, but if we don't move up, then I don't think it really changes much either way. All right, so Spellweaver going with this stuff. It also makes it so that we do have an Earth, I guess, still, in case we use Elemental Aid, although we're most likely getting poisoned if we get it. Anyone who gets attacked is most likely getting poisoned, so it's not like Elemental Aid will be very good. Oh no, we can't. We have to use this top, so I guess Elemental Aid is for shield with amazing initiative. So what is the Brute doing? So we have Wind, but like I said, the Skewer isn't great, but I guess it's still just a ranged attack 4, although, no, from here it's not. So the Wind is really doing nothing for us, unless we move up. We can't even go late and try to jump and then skewer because the initiative is 40 and 35 here. So the Cragheart might move up, might move back. guess the problem is the Spellweaver can't move back until late, so we kind of have to stay up this turn. So if we're staying up anyway, maybe we can just still do that. That's gonna, if we do jump over them to in order to be able to skewer 2, we're still, no, I mean, we can't even do it from where we are. There's nowhere we can make it a skewer 2. Yeah, she may get that XP from Frost Armor. We'll see. I'm not sure she's actually. Oh, because it is any source of damage, isn't it? Oh, yeah, you're right. You're right. Good call. So it's generating 1 XP for the Spellweaver. That's a good point. So I guess we're just making a ranged attack, right? Yeah, this is actually kind of interesting. All right, so let's do that. No one needs healing. Guess the Spellweaver can theoretically get healed for 1. Is there any reason not to do that? There doesn't seem to be. I guess it's using. It's not even one of our better cards. No, yeah. Let's just go with this. The reason why this is nice is we can actually pull one of the regulars up, and by pulling a regular up, the elite won't get to attack because there's only 1 door slot to attack from no matter what, and the elite poisons when attacking and it attacks for 2 more. So pulling a regular up into its spot actually has some nice value here. Hook and Chain, what a great card. No, but I mean this top is getting some reasonable value here. I need to refill my water in a second here. So yeah, accordingly, I guess it makes sense for us to go before the 21. Although if they go 21, they're not attacking anyway. But this way, we still get the regular up in the spot that we wanted to be in. And yeah, I mean, we're kind of wasting the earth here, unfortunately. But the heal does a little something. It's just we don't really need any other bottoms. This is the best non-move bottom we have. Otherwise, we just basically have moves or melee attack. So it still makes sense to do this, I think. It's not one of our best cards anyway. Although it is quite decent in this party, where earth is quite appreciated. All right, let's go. -1 move is good. That means they'll only have 2 movement. I guess that doesn't change much. They're still getting hits off. All right, all right. Oh well, it was reasonable to be hopeful. I mean, they're only making attack 2s. We'll be all right. So yeah, Living Corpse doing standard stuff. This is all right. Let's begin. We'll start with Hook and Chain. Attack 3, range 3, pull 2. So we have 1, 2, 3. I guess we can only pull number 1 forward, which sucks because he's actually. Oh, but then we don't Rumbling Advance the way we want to, but I think that's probably still worth it just to make this one not being. I mean, rather than having 2 enemies attacking the Cragheart, we just have 1 enemy attacking and he doesn't poison. We get less damage from Rumbling Advance, but yeah, and we take a little bit more damage because the Brute takes 1, but that's okay. All right, yeah, sure. So let's do attack 3, range 3, pull 2, and we will target number 1 because that's the only one we can actually pull forward. Okay, so 3 damage. Pull to here. And then we'll use the bottom of Eye for an Eye, creating an Earth, and healing the Spellweaver, who's the only one missing health, for 1. Okay, and then we've got the Living Spirits that go. So like I said, -1 move, -1 attack. So 2 movement each. 1. Oh yeah, this is actually nice. Only 1 will get to attack, because he's too stupid to move up more for his allies behind. Because from here he's got 1, 2, 3, 4. Who is his target? I think he has line of sight from here. Yep, he does. Okay, easy enough. So, yes. Targets the Cragheart, because lower initiative than the Spellweaver. Makes an attack at -1. Ah, that muddle's annoying. We're going to be hitting 3 targets here. Yeah, that. Well played, well played. But, I mean, I can't be too unhappy. Them getting the -1 move here is quite good for me. So it's an attack 2 muddle on the Cragheart. Alright, so the Cragheart takes 1 damage, but more significantly, I never thought I would actually say this, the model. And then next up we have the other spirits. So here, that one just goes to there, because here and here both don't put it any closer and it can't get in range to attack. This has 2 movement as well, so actually I can't go any more than that. So they're being slowed down a fair amount by their own silliness, which is at least positive. All right, so now we have the Cragheart who goes. We're going to start by consuming Earth, which gives us 1 experience. And we get an attack 2 muddle. Yeah, just expanded like this. We don't even need to move first because we're going to have disadvantage on this one anyway. So we'll do 1, 4, 6, I guess, lowest to highest. And we're also muddled for all these attacks. Okay, So 3 damage on the front one, down to 2. And the model. And then the elite. Okay, so 2 damage, and then the regular in the back. Nice. I'm actually happy to draw out curses with this attack, because it's not very high damage. So 2 damage to the elite, and the back takes none. I'm not going to bother placing model on either of these because they're not going to take damage. So now the question actually is, should I use Rumbling Advance? I think yes. Putting him to 1 life actually is quite significant, because then I can actually execute him with a Rumbling Advance. I don't want to kill him, but I won't kill him this turn anyway, so I think this is fine. And as ECO pointed out, it does actually give the Spellweaver 1 experience, which is not insignificant. We're dealing 1 damage to the Brute to deal 1 damage to the zombie and give the Spellweaver 1 experience and create an Earth. All quite reasonable, I think. All right, so we'll use Rumbling Advance, just moving in place. So like I said, the Brute takes 1 damage, down to 13. The Spellweaver triggers another charge of Frost Armor, gaining 1 experience, losing Frost Armor. And we just stay where we are. The Living Corpse here takes 1 damage as well, down to 11, or down to 1. And we no longer have this muddle. Next up is the regular Living Corpse adjacent is the only thing that can attack. Number 1 will attack the Cragheart because lower initiative, making an attack 4 with muddle. Nice muddle. Beautiful. All right, so you just take 2. Love it when a muddle comes together. Okay, and then the Spellweaver goes. We have nowhere to move. There's no point in using a Hammer Potion, I think. Because we could just do a generic move to get 1 more card back in our hand by using the bottom of this and then Hammer Potion in, but I think we'll do nothing. We'll toss 2 shield on the Cragheart just to make him feel like he's our guy. And then we'll use the top of Reviving Ether, which creates a dark and recovers all our lost cards. This is very early in a scenario to have to recover all lost cards, unfortunately, but the first room was not kind. No doubt about that. All right, let's fan out our cards again. So we don't have a lot of turns left, right? I'm going to have to be very careful about not playing losses and long rest a bunch. Ah, crap. Yeah, alright. Well, this Cragheart should have 1 more experience and wasted a charge of backup ammo when we used Dirt Tornado there. Alright. So what's the sitch? Does the Cragheart want to long rest? Maybe. I think so, actually. Getting the boots back is pretty valuable. We've got them choked up in the doorway right now anyway. What are we doing? What do we have? We've got Earth and Dark. Where did this come from? Oh yeah, it was on Frost Armor. It's a shame. I'd actually kind of like to Mana Bolt plus Elemental Aid here, but that's not happening. We do also have to start dealing with these at some point. So I guess another advantage of the Cragheart being able to long rest is that we can make sure we keep Rumbling Advance and Massive Boulder, since we don't have either of those in our hand. Can't lose Massive Boulder. This might lead to losing Rumbling Advance, which would kind of suck. This is 1 life, so Rumbling Advance here is actually also quite good. We kind of like to save it for these. Flame Strike can kill this, then we can hit something else up here. So we can just do bottom heal. If the Craggear's gonna long rest, it's not really necessary. Yeah, what if we just do like this? Frost Armor as an attack, because we've got some elements to consume. Gives us better initiative and 1 experience. And we can make a small attack to kill this and a bigger attack to kill this. Or I guess we can even just make 2 attacks against this and leave this in front, depending on what they're doing. So I think that seems fine, actually. Yeah, I think the Cragheart can afford a long rest here. Having the boots just adds so much flexibility. It's really important. He gets 2 health back, gets a bit of longevity. He's obviously not the one who needs longevity the most, but We're kind of waiting for them to move up a bit more before they start hitting us. Obviously, I'm saying all this, and then they're going to flip target all enemies, and then we're going to be really sad that we're not being a little bit more proactive, but I think this is fine. So what is the Brute doing? I guess more ranged attacks, because we just want to keep them in this doorway for as long as possible. And I guess we can set up Wind now, and then theoretically next turn move in and do a Skewer. I think that's all right. Balance Measure is again going to be a little bit of a whiff here, but that's what happens when we have to use ranged attacks. Like I said, with this party, ranged attacks are really good for the Brood. I cannot overemphasize how much I'm looking forward to getting Skirmishing Maneuver. All right. There it is. There it is. Why would I say this? Why? Well, the good news about this is at least it draws them up a bunch, which is going to make it easier to get a good massive boulder next turn. The bad news is, yeah, we're going to take a lot of attacks. Just give me 1 second, though. I am going to go refill my glass of water. Okay. So let's have a look-see. So Spellweaver first. Yeah, it just makes sense, I think, still to keep attacking the elite. One of these is always going to get to attack us, so it's better that the elite doesn't. Better to leave this alive at 1 health, actually. We can kill it whenever we want. So we'll begin, as usual, with a top attack. The element we consume really has no significance. We'll consume Dark, again, because it's cool. So we can attack 3 with the top of Frost Armor, targeting Elite Corpse number 4. Should we use the Goggles? No. It's just really not the most significant attack. Ooh, okay. I like that. So that gives us a 5. Nice. And an ice. Now, ice can be bad with living spirits because they can use it to stun. But if the Cragheart creates some fire for us, we can bring the fire. All right, and then we're gonna use the bottom of Flame Strike as an attack 2, also on the elite. Still not Goggles. Oof, man, those are some nice flips this turn. He's also down to 1. Man, they're just so ready for a Rumbling Advance. If only we had a Jump Boots. Man, Jump Boots are so good. Why do we not have those? Oh no! 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 Gosh darn it. The Spellweaver is destined to never get a battle goal. The elite is at 1 health, but the Brute has to attack the elite. I mean, if we attack and kill the regular, the elite comes up and attacks, and this is obviously so much worse. Oh god, we've actually done something kind of silly here, though. The Spellweaver is going to take... No, I guess these are all attacking everyone, but the Living Corpse is actually going to attack the Spellweaver. But still better not to have the poison attack. That's going to be a lot of damage, actually. We're going to take an attack for 4, and then 3 attacks for 2. That's 10. That's a lost card. Oh, God. But there's no real way around this other than making it so much worse for us. Yeah, the target all things is pretty bad. I guess we should have been more careful with our initiative. Maybe we should have moved away here instead of using Flame Strike. This was probably stupid, actually. Yeah, this was probably stupid. Well, it's too late now. The problem is, so what we could do is we could have the Brute attack this, kill it, and then move up to here. But then the Brute's going to take an attack 6, poison, plus an attack 5, and then a bunch of attack 3s. So then Brute's going to end up losing 1, maybe 2 cards. So it's still just better. I mean, I guess if we kill the elite, then there's no poison. We can maybe jump up. I mean, it doesn't change anything. This is still going to hit here. No. All right, well, Spellweaver, you're going to have to do a good job tanking here. So we'll make an attack 3, killing the elite. The problem is we're going to kill the elite, so the Spellweaver is never going to get her battle goal. Never, ever, ever. All right, so we gain 1 experience by doing an attack 3, range 3, targeting elite number 4. Yeah, I don't think there's any way to do things better here. Kind of painted ourselves into a bad spot. Maybe having a frontline Spellweaver isn't the best. I guess we're just used to having that Frost Armor up, you know? All right, the elite's dead. And then as a bottom, we have a move 3 jump, which creates wind. So we'll basically just create wind. And the living spirits go. So I guess they would have attacked. I mean, well, so the elite's dead anyway, but does this actually change much? So if I jump here, this one will still attack here, and there's still. I guess we can have a look real quick to see if it actually changes. If maybe some of these won't get to attack the Spellweaver because if I go there, let's see right now. So as of right now, this will go to here. I mean, yeah, they'll all always attack the Spellweaver, and this will attack the Spellweaver. If we go to here, we're giving one more corpse an attack, but or would we change anything? So this would be his focus now. So this can go to here. This can go to here. They have 3 movement, right? No, it changes nothing. And this has 3 movement, so it would go 1, 2, 3, and they would still hit everything. Hitting everything, that's such a bad flip this turn. That was really the worst thing that could happen. No, so it changes nothing. This will still attack here. All these will still attack him and her. And we'll just be adding 1 corpse onto the attacks, basically. While changing nothing. So better to stay where we are. If I go not on the coin. How could I go not on the coin? You're right, though. That might be the most reasonable thing to do. Let's see. So if we go here. So then we would get 1 less attack on the Spellweaver. Yeah. This first living spirit was already here. This was the spot it was in last turn. So it won't move. Then number 6 will need to go 1, 2 to here. Oh no, number 2 goes first, actually, because they're not in order. So number 2 would go 1, 2, 3. And then this one won't, no. Yeah, then this one will go 1, 2, 3. So they'll move like this. They'll still all attack. Everyone. Because this was how they were last turn. This is where I attacked the Cragheart from. Yeah. So 2 would go 1, 2, 3 to here, and it would get from there 1, 2, 3. Yeah, targets everyone, still saves focus, and then 6 would go 1, 2, 3 to here. Target still hits focus, not a disadvantage, and hits everyone. So yeah, it would change. None of this would change anything. We would just be getting 1 more corpse attack. Yeah. It was stupid to leave the Spellweaver up like this. I wasn't really thinking. Like I said, I was used to having Frost Armor up. All right. Anyway, so staying here. Let's see how this works. So this needs to move up 1. And this needs to go 1, 2. Wait. But like this? No, I guess they're not hitting everyone, but the point is they're all hitting a Spellweaver. 1, 2. So here it'll hit these 2. It can't move another. And then here it goes to here. Oh no. Here it goes 1, 2, 3. Yes. Hitting everyone. All right. Well, this is going to be painful, but hopefully we'll persevere. We just got to get a little bit lucky here. That's like our middle name, right? Oh god, that doesn't look pleasant. All right. That's so many attacks. So, so it's 1, then 2, then 6. So 1 will go first. It'll attack everyone. The order will be Spellweaver, then Cragheart, then Brute. All attack 2s. So Spellweaver. Oh god, that's a bad start. Then Cragheart. Oh, he's got the helm. Better than here. So that's 2. And then Brute. Jeez. Well, I guess I'd rather see the positives on people other than the Spellweaver. We still got a chance. Just need a miss still. Well, from him more likely. So then 2 will just attack Spellweaver and then Brute. Yeah. I'm sorry, Spellweaver and then Cragheart is what I meant. Spellweaver. Okay. Not the miss we needed. And then Cragheart. Jeez. We've gotten some positive flips from them. Some good flips from them before. And then 6 will attack Spellweaver, Cragheart, Brute. So Spellweaver. 2. So we have to get a -1 from the corpse, which is so unlikely. Then Cragheart, then Brute, right? 6, yeah. Cragheart. Brute. Please not the minus. No! Why? Oh, God. All right, all right. I mean, that was so disastrous. I mean, it's not just the Spellweaver got punished. The Cragheart's also at 4 HP. That was such a painful turn. That flip is. I mean, this is really the story for Living Spirits, right? They basically do nothing, and then they flip this, and they do everything. And their Curse Wall can be annoying as well. All right, so now the Living Corpses go, and only the one in front attacks the Spellweaver. So it's a 50-50. There's one -1 left, and there's one +0 left. It sucks that we drew the -1 on the Brute. If we hadn't gotten the -1 there, if we got the +0, then, I mean, I guess, we couldn't count on that. But anyway, we have 50-50 chance. If he gets -1, then we go down to 1. We don't lose a card. If we lose a card here, yeah, it's really bad. Yeah, yeah, very easy indeed. All right, well, here we go. Corpse attacks the Spellweaver. Come on, -1. Ooh, so we did it. Man, we have been dodging unfortunate things here. So we get onto 1 on the Spellweaver. Whew. And then the Cragheart does long rest. Rushes the boots. Heals for 2. Chooses the card to lose. Still alive. Oh yeah, later on it does. I mean, although again, you can always modify the difficulty to accommodate. Let's get rid of Crater. This is the only room with the traps there, because there's I mean, even without looking at the thing, it's very easy, right? 4 traps, 2 here, so this means 2 here. So, and on the last room, so the push really doesn't matter so much. All right. So Massive Boulder is everything we want it to be here. Splash, hitting him, splashing around a bunch, and I guess hitting here and splashing around a bunch or something like that. Yeah, at level 9, it's kind of a different story for sure. Don't disagree with that. And then I guess Rumbling Advance with the boots especially, we can even we don't even necessarily need the boots. This one will splash to kill this, and then we can move maybe here and deal direct damage, or yeah, something like that. Looks pretty good. The initiative is still fine. They've only got 1 card which can mess us up, which is their 21. Okay. So, but I guess we're at 6. No one's got a lot of health left. Man, this Living Spirit's really messed us up. So what's next? So we created wind. So yeah, this was always our plan. We gotta do this and this to get enough movement to make sure that we can skewer some. And then hopefully, yeah, this should die to the splash. And then we'll go here and skewer. Beautiful. Looks good, looks good. And so the Spellweaver. We have ice. Cragheart can go before us and create fire. Or we just stun them to be safe. Go very early. Heal ourselves and stun this trifecta. Yeah, that's got to be the best play. Because if we try to go later, we have to go at 36 here, which isn't great. Here, we don't get the fire, but we still get a 3-target stun, which is really valuable. This one's going to die anyway to the splash. Again, unless they flip the 21. The 21 is the only way we really have a really bad time here. But otherwise, we get to heal ourselves and eliminate 2 of the attackers. So I think this is worth it. And we get to heal 3 for ourselves, so we should be safe from any attack backs. And this allows the stun to go before there's any real risks. Okay, let's do it. All right, not the 21. This again? Oh, well, fortunately, we're going to be stunning 2 of them. God, Living Spirit's trying to dick us hard. Okay, so we're going to heal 3 on ourselves. Well, all right, we'll do the attack first, I guess. So we're going to consume the ice with cold fire, making an attack 1. I guess we have to flip no matter what. Maybe we flip some curses. So we'll do 1, 6, 6 in that order. So Spirit 1, Spirit 6, and then Corpse 6. Again, none of these should matter, but there's a chance of flipping curses. And I mean, we're gonna do a little damage here. The question is, should we actually use our goggles? We're gonna need to long rest basically as much as we can. I think we actually do use the goggles. So the goggles seem kind of silly here because no matter what we flip, we can't deal damage. Even getting +2s on our attack 1 here still doesn't deal damage to them. But again, it's just trying to go through more of our deck in the hopes of drawing out some more curses. Because we'll actually draw half of our remaining deck. I don't remember how many curses we've lost from our deck so far, if it's 1 or 2, but that gives us a good chance of at least purging one more curse from our deck before the last room. And because we just need to long rest both for health and for longevity at this point, I think it's actually worth it. We're definitely saving Piercing Bow along with Fire Orbs for the last room. All right, yes, let's use the goggles with this, sure. So advantaged attacks on Spirit 1, Spirit 6, Corpse 6, in that order. Yeah, so beautiful flips on that Spirit. So no damage. There we go. No damage. Well, we didn't actually change anything in the end by using the goggles. There, we literally changed nothing. We would have gotten rid of the curse, and our deck would always be reshuffled. We just saw some more stuff, which did nothing. Kind of sucks. Oh well. So we got no damage on anything, but we did give out 3 stuns. And then we're going to do a heal 3 on the bottom of Mana Bolt, healing ourselves back up to 4. And then we're done. So then the Cragheart goes. So we're going to use the top of Massive Boulder, creating an Earth. We're going to gain 1 experience and get 1 charge of backup ammo up. So like I said, I always have to target these two. I have to target this one because it kills this, which is really important. It frees me up walking in. And targeting this one obviously just does the most splash damage. It gives me 3 splash damage. So yeah, we'll do 6, 1 and 6. Should I use my Piercing Bow here? Or should I save it for the last room as well? That's a good question, actually. I mean, Spellweaver is going to have the Piercing Bow for the last room. I must have Rumbling Advance plus maybe direct damage with Massive Boulder. It's tough, actually. It's a very real cost if we use it now. But I think we need it. I don't think we can get through these Shield 3 enemies if we don't use it. All right, let's do it. Let's Piercing Bow him. Yeah, he's doing a Skewer. But the Skewer... Yeah, all right, that's a good question, I guess. So the Skewer should be effectively 5... Yeah? So the Skewer will pierce 1 and be an attack 4. And so they'll have shield 2, so it should deal 2 damage to each. Yeah. So actually, but both of them will take 1 splash. So I would still need to flip +1s. No, but then I guess Rumbling Advance. So Rumbling Advance, if we flip just +0s, we should kill this one with Rumbling Advance plus the splash. So I guess we don't really need the Piercing Bow. Good. Thank you for reminding me. I get a little bit distracted sometimes. Again, assuming +0s, Skewer plus Rumbling Advance plus the splash damage from Massive Boulder does kill this one. Leaves this one at 1 health, which is still difficult for us to kill. That's a. I really should add something down in the bottom of the stream. I mean, on the below for this question. So, yes and no. It's not actually a better mod for sure. The other one is cleaner, neater. There are 3 main reasons why I prefer this mod. But the one is the biggest, second is pretty big, the third is really minor. Okay, so the other mod, which has the scripted setup only gives you 2 options. It gives you the option of visible rooms or hidden rooms. Or sorry, revealed rooms or hidden rooms. In revealed rooms, you get to see all the obstacles, coins, traps, chests, etc. in the rooms that you don't enter. You just don't see monsters. And in hidden rooms, for example, when we're in this room, we wouldn't even see the layout of the map other than the room we're in. Okay? Neither of these are rules as written. This is the correct way to set up a board. You're supposed to have all the tiles down, have all the doors, and just have no information about what's in the other rooms. I think so. The hidden rooms is based off a variant, which is relatively popular with a reasonable subsection of the Gloomhaven fan base, but I'm personally quite opposed to it because I think it increases difficulty by adding more randomness in the place of strategy, basically by removing information that you're supposed to have about things that are upcoming in the scenario. So I really prefer not playing that variant for that exact reason, because I prefer strategy rather than randomness. And as far as the revealed rooms, it's kind of the opposite. It makes the scenario easier by giving you information you're not supposed to have. So in order to play rules as written, I prefer using this one. Using the other one, but actually having to set it up manually, is actually more tedious than setting up manually in this one. So that's the main point. That is the biggest reason why I use this one. If the other mod were ever to fix itself and allow for a rules as written setup, then I would probably start using that mod. So that's point one. Point two, the other mod, there's like the character mats and stuff are like down in the center. There's like a whole bunch of setup stuff in the center, and so where it places the monster sheets are actually to the side and to the side and to the side and to the side. So you have like the play area here, and you've got some monster sheets over here and some monster sheets over here. So you basically have to keep looking back and forth between the two sides in order to actually look at all the monster information. Whereas this one, the monsters are all in a neat line just below the play area, which I find much easier to look at. And this is significant as well. When I was using the other one for about a week, I found that much more tedious. I find this layout to be much better. The third and final point is that, although I think it's possible that they have actually fixed this one by now. So basically, in this, you can press this eliminated button, and then every turn when you do a like new round or a reveal, it will flip all the things which are not eliminated and won't flip what's eliminated. But on the other mod, there's actually nothing that checks for whether, at least this was how it was before when I tested it like a month ago. I think this may have been, I mean, I imagine this should have been fixed by now. But basically, in order to make it so a monster was eliminated, you would have to drag all their deck stuff off of their little sheet area rather than just being able to press a toggle. All right. So that's why I prefer this mod, but if you prefer to play the Hidden Rooms variant, which, like I said, I don't personally recommend, but it's really to each their own, and if that's what floats your boat, then go for it, then I would definitely consider the other mod better. That is fixed, the not being able to do the eliminated things. All right, that's nice at least. But again, like I said, that's a smaller thing. Okay, that's nice. But yeah, I understand doing the save camera slots, but like I said, it is admittedly still just easier to be able to look at one area that gives you all the information rather than having to jump to multiple spots. I've heard people before say that they use the save camera slots, but like it is still just strictly better to do it like this. I think there's no way to look at it other than that. But like I said, ultimately the linchpin point is point number one. Um, if the other mod were to introduce the ability to have scripted setup for rules as written, I would switch over to using the other mod, even with the slight annoyance of the monster sheets not being centrally located. But as long as it doesn't, then I will continue to use this mod. A lot of people actually don't. It's kind of intuitive, I suppose, that if you play a game like this, to only have well, when I say revealed rooms, I mean it just means that the tile should be placed down. The rest shouldn't be revealed. Here, this room's revealed now because we've opened it. But I mean, it's kind of intuitive for someone, for example, in a scenario or in a dungeon, that if they're just in this room, they don't actually see what like the layout of the rest of the map is. So a lot of people don't realize that that's not how you're supposed to play. And again, it because it seems intuitive or thematic, people prefer to play this way even after they figure out that that's not the way you're supposed to play rules as written. But again, I I understand why people think that it should be that way or prefer it to be that way, but the reason why it's not supposed to be that way is because of the nature of the like sort of deck building and card loss mechanics in the game. You're supposed to have information about the layout of the dungeon because it helps to inform your decisions about which cards you should bring to the scenario. Although this is easier to fix for the beginning of the scenario. Like you just look at the map one time, you're like, all right, well these are the monsters, these are the traps, etc. But while playing this scenario, as I've given this example many times before, but let's say I'm in the first room of this dungeon and the door is still closed, okay? And I mean, if I have no idea what else, now this is kind of a weird layout with a door like this and a door like this, but all right, we can imagine like there's a door here or something and no doors here. And so before I go through this door, maybe there's just this tile, maybe there's this tile, and then three more tiles after. So let's say I'm here and I take a long rest on this side of the door, and or I take a short rest. I mean, it doesn't really matter. And let's say, all right, on my short rest, I lose one of my move fours. Well, if there's only one more move for the scenario, then losing that move four is perfectly fine because I don't need to move much more, so I can not reroll. But if I lose a move four and there's three more rooms for the scenario, I need to keep that move four, so I have to reroll. So this is why the game is designed the way it is, to give you some information which you need in order to decide which cards you should lose, which cards you shouldn't lose, and things like this. In order to not basically have a gotcha moment, you know? If you lose that move four because, all right, well, I need to keep Cold Fire more or whatever, and then you see three more rooms and you're like, well, this really sucks. I wish I'd kept that move 4, but obviously I had no way of knowing that. And that's not good. Like in my opinion at least, that's not good. I don't like this sort of randomness. I prefer things to be predictive rather than not predictive. Because again, it just allows you to make a more informed decision. Objective gets laid down too, specific other than enemy skill. Correct. As Puri said. That would have made yesterday's scenario much easier. We were sprinting in the dark to finish before we all exhausted. In the Forgotten Circle, the scenario book should be modified so you only see the starting room in the beginning, and then the other rooms are going to be on completely different pages. Yeah, it's an interesting idea. All right, so Lord Bulwer, I've got to go back up to your thing now. What are the HPs of the living spirits? All are at 4. Craters at and Skewer is less effective. Can the brute moved hit the last one if the others die? Yes, if I do use it's not Crater, it's Massive Boulder, but yeah. If the others die, then the brute can actually move and skewer like the last two, presumably. But I still think it is actually better to not use the bow. The bow is so valuable for the last room of the scenario because we've got 2 enemies that can have shield 2 or shield 3 or shield 4 even. And as was pointed out, we do still kill this one. God, not killing this one though could be a disaster. Oh no, but it's stunned anyway. Yeah, so I think that's fine. All right, so let's not use the bow then, like we said. So we're going to use Massive Boulder. We're going to attack number 1 and number 6. Anyone want to give me an ordering here? This is pretty important. Like I said, if I get a +1 on number 6, then I can even get a -1 on the brute, but just a +0 is what I really have to get. If I get a -1, then we're gonna have a bad time. So I'm just attacking 1 and 6. I just prefer an order. 1 first or 6 first? Because again, I will blame it on you, Lord Bulver, if it all burns to the ground. Just gotta restart my chat app while I wait for someone to respond. 1 then 6. All right, let's do it. Hold on 1 second. I'm just restarting my tablet because it's being stupid as ever. Nothing new with that. Okay, well, let's do it. So 1 and then 6. Each attack 3s. Oh no. Well, it's kind of okay. Right? Ish. So this one got a +1 on our 3, so it takes 4 actually, and a shield 1, so it takes 2 damage, going down to 3. Yeah, it's not quite. Oh yeah, you're not actually it's like this. There you go. But you can say it even. Yeah. All right, and then here nothing. Then so this gets 1 splash damage, so it dies. This takes 1 splash damage, so it gets down to 2. So it should still die on a +0. This takes 1 splash damage, so it goes down to 3, and then this takes 2 splash damage, so it goes down to 9. And we get 1. Did we already gain the experience for getting a charge of backup ammo? Because we still have 1 more backup ammo after this. I remember that. I believe. Or did I not use the charge? God, it's gone so long. I thought I would have 1 more backup ammo after this, but now I'm not even 100%. I think I do, right? Because I used Massive Boulder once, hit 2 targets, and then I wasted 1 charge with Dirt Tornado, and then yeah, and then now this Massive Boulder. Yeah, so there should be 1 charge left. I just don't remember if I got the experience or not. Which I don't think. Well, can I scroll up on this? Yeah, I have 1 charge left. Did I get the XP, Isio? Do you know? I don't think I got the XP either, though. But I know that I should have 1 charge left. I'm gonna give myself the XP. If I end up accidentally giving myself 1 too many XP, well, it's not the end of the world. All right, and then we're gonna use Rumbling Advance, and we're going to move 1, 2 to here. Which also creates an earth, although that's pretty irrelevant, but it does do 1 direct damage to both of these enemies. Oh no, so we should actually kill both here. So this actually works out. Did I miscount? Because Skewer is a 4 plus 1 pierce, so 5. And they have 3 shield. Yeah, so they should both die, actually. God, where's the advantaged attack when you need one? Alright, so we're done. So then the living spirits go. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 movement. Can go there. No, that gets disadvantage there. Yeah, I can't expand that checkbox, you're right. No, it would appear that I did not gain the XP. All right, so this spirit, these two are stunned, and the one in the back cannot move up at all to get 3 targets. Focus is here, because if it goes 1, 2, 3 to here, then it would have disadvantage, and it prioritizes not having disadvantage on its primary focus over hitting other targets. So Cragheart and then Spellweaver. Have to just hope for not a +2 or crit on the, on the Spellweaver. Cragheart first, -1, so it's 1 damage. And Spellweaver. Okay, I was scared, no doubt. Okay. And then the spirit's done. So then we've got. I'm just gonna sip water. The Bruiser goes. So I have a move 4 jump. It doesn't change anything to go anywhere but this. Don't really want him getting the gold, but that is what it is. It's where we've got to go anyway. And then we're going to use the top of Skewer. We gain 1 experience. We consume the air. So we get an attack 4, pierce 1, which is effectively just an attack 5 against these, which have 3 shield and 2 health. So, alright. I need an ordering again for 1 and 6. Anyone? Bulber, it actually worked out well last time. I didn't realize that. I didn't actually need the +1 or higher, and getting the +1 here actually changed everything. Now I can kill both of them. I just get to get +0s. I mean, I guess, alright, 1 then 6. Right. The ordering doesn't really matter because they both have the same health, but still. Alright. Oh, no! I mean, there's nothing you could do. It's basically the same either way. Ugh. Alright, so we kill this spirit, and the other spirit remains untouched, which is actually a really big pain. The worst time to draw a curse. Yeah, you got it. That was a Gripeaway. Alright, and then this has the stun. Oh, that's so painful. Man, we are not in a good spot now. Oh, we've got 2 cards. We're playing them. Hoping they don't get that same exact card again. Oh god. Here we got nothing. Well, actually, no, we don't. Trample's a real attack, although unfortunately we're going extremely late. What can you do? Craggy? Craigerson? So we have Earth, but unfortunately, Dirtron is pretty garbage here. As the best we can get it to is attack 3, and they have 3 shield. Healing seems valuable. Don't really need to move. But we're also going to get pummeled if we don't move. This thing's also an issue. Wow, this should have actually taken 1 splash damage. Should be down to 3. So the Brute can theoretically kill this one. What can we even do here? I guess it's probably like Earth and Clod and Sentient Growth hitting ourself. Oh no, it only affects allies. This wouldn't even be good. God, we've got no obstacles to push him into. We're in a kind of bad spot here. I guess Dirt Tornado is still fine, just because of the muddles, actually. I mean, we'll do a bit of damage here. We'll muddle both of them, which just mitigates a bit of damage. We don't really have much else we can do here. Consumes the Earth. I mean, this will be 1 less attack, and actually it's going to be disadvantaged too, so slightly worse than using Heaving Swing just to targeting the corpse. But again, we're going to muddle 2 enemies, which are actually going to attack, which has not insignificant impact, I guess. And yeah, I think it's better than using a heal with this many enemies still up. Just using this as a heal. And again, this, we're not going to have an ally. I mean, we could hit just him in the Brute, but this is just terrible. It's basically just using it as a heal too, which is just strictly worse than this. I think it's better to save these and try to go for the... Oh no, but we're going to waste our last charge of backup ammo, which is so important. All right, actually, yeah, so let's audible on that, and let's just use a melee attack, I guess. We'll just use Heaving Swing, pushing him back. Maybe we'll get lucky and he won't move. And we'll heal ourselves because we really need the healing because we're at 5. Guess we probably should have used our minor healing potion last turn. Alright, let's go with this. Oh no! He's not moving, but we're going after him. Ah! Disaster. Oh, that's so bad. Well, we should have used our healing potion last turn. We're gonna have to lose a card. All right. I've lost 3 cards. Yeah, that's big. And this +1 attack too. God, they have to die. Whew. Fortunately, we're going before them. That heal oneself. God, it's gonna be hard. All right. Spellweaver goes first. Make attack 3, range 3. We'll just target the corpse, creating a light at the top of flashing burst. Okay. 3 damage down to 5. I should have considered their initiative. I should have not been so greedy to use this non-moving heal. I should have just maybe done this. I guess it didn't really change much. And where would I have run to? Back behind the brood, I guess. But well, I mean, knowing what they played, it would have been better. But I think it's pretty narrow to have expected that exact thing and done that for that reason. All right, we have a move 3 with the Spellweaver. Yeah, we're not going anywhere. All right, just stay where we are. No point to ham on a potion. We're gonna long rest. So Living Corpse goes, makes an attack +2, so an attack 6 on the Cragheart. All right, so we need a -2 or miss. Nope. Yeah, that's a lost card. Goodbye Sentient Growth. Not so impressive anymore. All right, then the Cragheart goes. So we're gonna do an attack 3, push 1, targeting corpse number 6. God, of course the turn they got this. I can't believe it. I played so badly here. All right, attack 3. I supposed to specify whether I was using the push or not. Yeah, I guess I'm using the push. I don't know if that actually changes much, but no, it actually puts him out of range of this. Spellweaver's not attacking. Yeah, sure. Down to 1. Oof. All right. And then we're gonna heal ourselves for 2. 7. Yeah, I guess there's no point in using the healing potion now. Maybe we still need to? Yeah, we should actually use it still. Because we might go... No, I guess we're not going to go late next turn no matter what. We're going to go early, so we don't need to use it now. Okay. So, yep. We just did the heal 2 on ourselves with Earthing Clod, and we're done. So then the Brute goes. So the Brute is adjacent to Spirit number 6. So it's going to attack with Trample, attack 3, Pierce 2. So we just need a -1 or higher. Alright, +1 does it. So we do 4 damage. Oh yeah, you're right. It should have taken 1 damage from the card. Thank you. Yeah, I don't know why I keep missing it on that card. I guess I've just been so tilted each time. Good catch, Isio. So it actually dies there. Thank you. All right, and then we have Balanced Measure, which we didn't attack. I mean, we did 4 damage, so we have a move 4. We'll just go to the furthest coin, I think. Actually, I guess we don't want him running any further away, so I guess we'll just go to this coin. No, it changes nothing. Yeah, we'll go here. Well, does it change something? No, not really. Not for anything that's happening next turn. All right, so we'll go to this coin. The bottom balance measure. Okay, and then the Living Spirit goes, so he's going to move away. Heal himself for 1. God, he's going to be tough to kill still. And attack at +1, so attack 4 on the Brute. 5. Really? Guess we needed to use our healing potion. Alright. God, we're so beat up. So, long rest, long rest. Cragheart doing some heals. We've got to go early and heal to heal the Brute before that thing attacks it so that we don't run any risks. And we've got to be very careful that it doesn't get the target all things. I guess it's difficult for it to... I just have to pray that it doesn't get that. Otherwise, Spellweaver could be in trouble. Yeah, I think this is always the plan here. All right, let's go. Oops. My bad. Oh, there's no ice. +1 attack still, though. Kind of annoying. Okay, so we have a move 2 with Unstable Upheaval. Just going to go up to the coin. And then we're going to use the top of Nature's Lift to heal both of the frontliners. Even though the Spellweaver needs healing a lot, she's also in the back, so it shouldn't matter less. Being at 4 puts her pretty safe against the target all things. target all from living spirits because they should typically be a 2. Even an elite makes a 3, so it'd still have to get a +1. And she'll have a chance. It's easier for her to heal herself than to heal other people anyway. Okay. So I did the 2 healing and the 2 healing. Yes. So now the living spirit attacks just the brute. So just can't see a +2. That's all. Jeez. That's painful. All right, and then some long rests. So refresh this, heal 2, choose a card to lose. Oh, we definitely need all the healing we can get. Probably just Frost Armor to get rid of at this point. Yeah, Cold Fire, we still got a mana potion, so we can still set that up one last time in the last room. So we'll get rid of Frost Armor. All right, so heal 2 here as well. Refresh the goggles there. I really want this healing still because we've taken so much damage, but we also just need to be moving constantly in order to actually complete this scenario. So I'm not sure I can even afford that at this point to take a turn off to do that. Maybe I can. Cragheart should take a. Can I afford a short rest? I guess that puts us on, or puts us even with the Spellweaver if we short rest here. So I guess that's fine. Long resting, it does heal us for 2, but beyond that doesn't do much. We may need our 1 damage from Rumbling Advance. I guess we need Rumbling Advance to heal. So we have boots. Let's see how we're doing all this. So it's this plus balance measure for sure. This allows us to go to the other side of him and then hit him with a balance measure for 6, which should kill him. Again, if we get, what is in our deck so far? Oof. Oh god, that's scary. If we get a -1, then we would need Rumbling Advance. I guess yeah. Let's short rest. Can we make it to him? Yeah, we have boots, so we can always make it to him. All right, let's do a short rest. All right, that's fine. I mean, I love losing that, but basically need all my cards at this point. I guess Earth and Cloud is the least significant because again, we just have to move a bunch. All right, so we need to go after him at 40. Something like this. And I guess then this. No, because we need to save our heals. The reason being, all right, ideally what we want to have happen here is we want the brute to kill the living spirit with balance measure, and then we get to just like move with this and then use Rumbling Advance as a heal. But if the brute fails to kill him, then we need to use the bottom Rumbling Advance. In that case, it would be good to have Nature's Lift. But because we'd like to count on the brute actually killing him, it's better to not. I mean, if we play Nature's Lift and Rumbling Advance, because we're going to spend multiple turns moving towards the next room, we're just going to lose a turn of having a top heal while we move. So it's better to just do this. And worst case scenario, if we have to do the 1 damage here, we don't have any top, but it doesn't change anything because we'll still get this next turn, and this initiative is fine. So Earth is definitely being created this turn. So if we go at 84, we go after him. We can use the Earth for a big heal, and we just need to do a big move. Is 4 going to be good? There's a coin there because we can't make it there. How many moves do we have? So we have a 3, a 4, and a nothing. So one of our turns is always going to be a nothing. So we can actually just do this now. Do our move 2, which gets us here, and then we do like 3 and then 4 to go towards the next room. I think this is fine. All right. Multi-target, but after. All right, come on, brute. So move 4 plus 2 for the, oops, plus 2 from the boots. So we got move 6. We're gaining 1 experience from the top of balance measure. So we do move 6 jump. We whoop our way around and end up here. So this gives us an attack 6. We have to get a +0 or higher. Please be kind. Oh, yes. Oh, thank you, Jeebus. Oh, that's such a big deal. And that gives us our battle goal. Look, we remembered a battle goal for once. Kill an undamaged monster with a single attack. He was at full health. Technically, he had been damaged because he healed himself back up, but I think that's how the game considers it. All right, so they're eliminated. And then the Cragheart goes. So who needs the healing the most? Does he have range to heal the Spellweaver? No, he does not. So Brute needs the healing. All right, so we've got 1, 2, 3. Perfect. 1, 2, 3 onto the coin. Thank you, RNGesus, exactly. And then we create an Earth with the top of Fatal Advance using a heal 4 on the Brute. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's not a huge heal, but we're doing what we can. And then the Spellweaver goes and does a move 2 with the bottom of Cold Fire. 2 to here. It sucks we're going to expend our biggest heal on ourselves. Maybe we should have saved this. We should have actually waited a turn to use this. This was stupid. Yeah, this was a mistake. Because if we'd used this next turn, we could have moved up by them before they went. But I guess they're also kind of blocking our spots, so yeah, this wouldn't have worked so well with grabbing the coin. But the point is, we just don't really need to be full health as much as they do. We also might like to take a long rest, and then we'll just actually end up overhealing. But anyway, we'll consume the Earth, gain 1 experience, and do a heal 5 on ourselves. It's still better to do it than not. Okay, so McCraggykins is doing this for sure, and probably have to keep moving, right? Let's see. So she goes 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess as long as the Brute moves, we're good. Wait, we didn't end up losing a card for the Brute. Whoops. We did lose a card there, yeah. Yeah, I meant it always to be that. I shouldn't. I mean, technically now I would rather have that because I could actually do something, but I was gonna. That was the card I meant to lose. I just forgot to put it aside. Okay. So I guess we just want to move maybe next to the door. Like this. It's a shame because we waste our wind, but it doesn't matter so much. And kind of throw this away, and then we can play some combination of these two to see what exactly is going on. Maybe open the door and draw things back. Maybe not. We'll see. All right, so this works. Just moving next to the door. So the Cragheart. Guess we'll save this for next turn. We can just move for now and heal both of us. All right, and so then the Spellweaver just needs to go after the Brute. Oh no, the Cragheart's going to move this turn anyway, so we can do our move 3 here. I guess we'll save this because we could end up healing and not moving, and that's our biggest move, so we want to keep those 2 cards. Okay, this works. So Cragheart goes first, heal 2, target 2. 2 healing there. 2 healing there. And then does a move 2 with unstable heal. Yeah, because we only have 1 move. Yeah, big move left. So move 2 takes us to there. Okay, then the Spellweaver goes at 36. We just have a move 3 with Fire Orbs. 1, 2, 3 to there. All right, and then the Brute goes and does a move 3 creating wind. Going to here. 1, 2, 3. Okay. And the round. Well, we only have 2 cards. The later initiative, I guess, is more beneficial, but doesn't change much here. Later initiative, definitely more beneficial here. And here, again, the bigger move. We'll set Skewer aside, I think. There's almost no world in which we're running into the room. We're probably not playing any of this stuff. I guess in that case, is it better to lose Skewer than lose one of these cards? I don't know. I mean, if I lose one of these, it's not the end of the world, I think. All right. I guess the initiative doesn't really matter so much. I guess the problem here is the Spellweaver's Spellweaver's initiative kind of sucks here. That the Brute can't go before it, but Brute can't go before it, so it changes nothing. All right, so we do a move 4. 1, 2, 3, probably. Yeah, probably just stop there. There's a chance the Cragheart might end up not moving this turn. We'll see. So we'll just stay side by side with him. I don't know that we want to go any further. There is a chest, obviously, in this room that we'd like to try to get, but our priority is still to win this scenario, even though technically it shouldn't be, like I said. We'll figure out how we're going to get the chest afterwards. All right, next up is the Brute. We'll do a move 4 with the bottom hook and chain. 1. We are going to need to actually long rest at some moment because we have to get our boots back. Should we just not have opened the room this turn? Should we not move up with the Spellweaver then is the question? And maybe run back so that we can do long rest? No, we can't go back further than this after opening the door anyway. Alright. Yeah, that's fine. So we've got 3 movement left with the bottom of hook and chain. Let's set up the room. Ooh, a lot of coins. Oh man, oh man. Alright, so we placed everything except the chest. Yeah, all this stuff was down in the bottom. Get rid of that. Alright. So we got 3 living spirits, one of which is an elite. Yeah, that's going to be the biggest problem in here. How much health does the elite have? 6. But we did save our bow. We have both bows still. So I guess that's how we're going to have to try to deal with him. Okay, and then we also have 2 regular corpses. So yeah, it's mostly spirits, which are going to be a problem in here. Which unfortunately is not going to give us a lot of time to do rests. Thirteen, 13, 6, 4, 4. Okay. So we have 3 movement left. We cannot continue in a straight line to attack anyone, but we want to do that anyway. Alright, standard stuff. Move +1, but taking some damage. 3 movement, though, is a lot. Alright. So I think there's no world in which we don't want to move back, because we need to draw these things up. So we'll do 1, 2, 3, going up to there, and then we do nothing with Spirit Dagger. Alright, living spirits are up. So the elite goes first, has 4 movement, 4 range, 4 attack. Ah, Spellweaver isn't getting hit here. Well, I guess that health, we got her back, serves some purpose this way. 1, 2, 3. Yep, alright. And from there can attack the Spellweaver with the 4 range and attack 4 on the Spellweaver. Alright, that's fine. I don't mind her taking a little bit of damage. It's actually better kind of to have it distributed like this, because in the end, the Brute and the Cragheart will be the ones further up, so having her absorb a little bit now and have that much more health on the Brute and the Cragheart going forward is probably more valuable. Alright, and then the rest of the spirits, so these have 3, the regulars, and 4 range as well. 1, 2, 3. Well, alright, that's more scary. So now you have attack 3 on the Spellweaver. Whew, okay. Alright. It's like the first miss we've seen from them. Nah, I think we've seen one more miss. And then this one has 1, 2, 3, but 1, 2, 3, 4 range, nothing. Ooh, but we're gonna get the massive boulder we've dreamed about here. All right, this is so good. This is so good. Okay. Living corpses go after. That's annoying. We're not getting be in our cleave, but that's okay. That's okay. This is still really good for us. So we have to move with Earth and Clod. Unfortunately, we don't have range to do what we need to do here, but that's okay. We're going to use the bottom Earth and Clod as a generic move too. We don't have Hammer Potion or anything like that. So we need to go 1. Yeah, I guess we want to hit these 2. So we just need to go up that far. Don't need to move any more. No reason to. I guess the reason to would be that we could block the door so the corpses can't make it in. Yeah, that seems like a decent reason, actually. All right. Sure, we'll go like this, because then the corpse will go here, and then eventually the brute can make it up to here. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, so we'll actually move all the way up with our 2 movement with Earth and Clod. We still have our boots, but we don't need that right now. We're gonna use Massive Boulder. We gain 1 experience for getting the last charge of backup ammo. Should we use a healing potion? I don't think so. Mana potion, not yet. It has to be fire orbs first, and then we can use the mana potion. Okay. So we've got attack 3. We're going to target number 2 and number 5. Guess we'll do in that order. Lowest to highest has worked pretty well so far this scenario. We are certainly using our bow. So these will be attack 3s, which splash on both of them, which ignore shield. So 2 and then 5. So regular first. Okay, nice. Nice, wow. Okay, so that just kills this one outright. So we get 1 splash damage here from the attack on this one, because it was a 3 plus 1 is 4, and since we ignore all shield, that's just dead. And then over here are 4 from the attack plus 1 from the cleaves. This is down to 1. Whew! Oh, yeah. All right. We're in it. Man, I wasn't so sure we'd actually have a chance to beat this scenario, but I'm not going to lie, we got some. We've been pretty fortunate with flips so far. I mean, we had some bad luck in the beginning in terms of the monster flips, but we've had a lot of running luck. Why would I even say this now? Why would I? God, just so stupid. What could possibly go wrong, you know? But I mean, I think it's only fair to assess it. I mean, to be honest, we have had a lot of running luck where we've needed a lot of flips to go our way. I guess we've had some. We had like a miss and a null and a curse, but yeah. I mean, the scenario is, I mean, it's not going too well. We gotten pretty hammered multiple times, but it like basically I'm looking at this last room and I believe that I can actually beat it, which I didn't think was going to be the case after the first room, and especially not after like what happened right there. Yeah, I suppose that's fair. Got to make it interesting somehow. All right, living corpses go. They suffer 1 damage. I guess I just didn't necessarily expect that I would be able to beat this scenario. I mean, yeah, this is not one of the most difficult scenarios because there's no summoning or anything. Can I grab all the coins? Almost certainly not. I've got no loots. 1, 2, 3. And there's still paths, so 1, 2, 3. Got to get the chest at the very least, though. And I did the 1 damage to each of them. Yes. Okay. Round. Well, I wanted long rest, but it looks like short rest is going to be the name of the day. Nope. We need that. God, of course. Please not mana bolt. Okay, all right. This is what I get. This is what I get for having said that it was going well. I deserve this. Sure. Tornado is not really something I care about. Although I guess, do I have enough attacks left if I lose that? Yeah, I do. I mean, like this immobilize is actually quite decent now, too. So yeah, that's fine. All right. And over here, a lot of time. No. Huh. That's tough, actually. Fatal Advance is really good now because it can just allow us to execute one of the corpses. I guess theoretically the front one. Yeah, all right. I guess we can lose that then. It sucks because that's our biggest attack, but if we're going to use Fatal Advance to execute anyway, then we only have the other move 4, and basically this means that if we were to reroll into Fatal Advance or the move 4, it would be bad for us. So better to just accept this. And we're going to try to Fatal Advance. God, we can't go before. That's a little annoying. Cragheart actually needs to be the one to go early, right? So Massive Boulder here actually kills that. So as early as possible to make sure we kill that before it goes, or try to kill it before it goes. This way we kill the elite. Massive Boulder is a silly card. There can be no doubt. And then, yeah. Then Spellweaver does some like Fire Orb stuff. Yeah. All right, this looks good overall. Should we? No, never mind. Yeah. Let's do it. 55, 66. Okay. Cragheart's first. We already have range. 1, 2, 3. We'll make an attack 3, targeting corpse number 6. Creating a new earth. Not this really matters ever. And attack 3. Okay, that's fine. Down to 9. 1 splash here. Should this? Yeah, this did take 1 splash. Yes, it did. And then 1 splash here kills. Oh no, it's too late. I've already flipped. It's just, we just got to keep going with the meme, right? The Spellweaver doesn't deserve to ever get a battle goal. That sucks because it was just free. I could just use the piercing bow anyway to kill it. Oh my god. I'm so stupid. I mean, or this is intentional. I mean, when a Spellweaver names herself Scoundrel and tries to steal all the gold, she gets what she deserves when her teammates steal her battle goals from her, right? That's I'm sure you would agree with me on that one, right, Antares? All right, and we've got to move 2. We can't go in any further. We're definitely not playing a loss to be crazy here, so we'll just stay where we are. All right, then the Spellweaver goes. So we're going to use the bottom of Flashing Burst. We're going to move up to here. Do we have odd number? Yeah, actually, we can just use the bottom of Flashing Burst as generic move 2. Seems actually good because then we keep a big move. Since we only need to move 2 anyway, which allows us to get it back with Hammer Potion, which is nice, actually. And then we're going to use the top of Fire Orbs, creating a fire, gaining 3 experience, and targeting 1, 6, and 6 in that order. We're going to use our goggles as well. So against number 1, we will just be normal, and then we'll be advantage. Oh no, I guess we're just not going to execute him this turn. That's fine. That way we can get more coins. Okay, so attack 3 with advantage. Oh yeah, and we're going to use our piercing bow as well, because why not? Just to make sure we kill this off. So 1, 6, 6 in that order. Regular, then advantage. So regular. All right, so +1, so 4 damage. Down to 8. And then the 2 advantaged ones. First the corpse, then the spirit. First the corpse. All right. Nice. So 5. Beautiful advantaged attack. And then the spirit. Okay, but dead anyway because there's only 2 health, and we ignore all its shield. Ooh, man, so many coins in that room. And then we're done, and this is lost. Must have been pleasant. All right, then the brute goes. So actually just gonna do a move 4 jump. 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess before we move, then we should make our attack, so it's not disadvantaged. All right, so we're gonna gain 1 experience, making an attack 3, range 3, targeting corpse number 1. 3 damage. I'm also gonna use my healing potion before I forget. So we got 3 damage here, putting it down to 5, and then we're gonna do move 4 jump with Fatal Advance. I mean, we're gonna grab the coins. No one else is going to. We're there. Though, let's see, where's the best loot to? I guess from like here. She can't really make it there though. Doesn't change anything about this though. All right. Living spirits are eliminated, and there's just the 2 corpses which go. So number 1 is going to attack the Cragheart, and then number 6 is going to attack the brute. So each time it's just an attack 4, first on the Cragheart. All right, so 2 damage, and then on the brute. So 3, but really 1. Oops. Okay, so still that stupid corpse in the door. So this has to actually be killed so the Spellweaver can move in and start looting. So how to do that? So we can move away and pull him. Get some experience, do all these things. Yeah, it seems alright. Actually, don't want to kill everything though, right? This actually gives experience for a top and gives us better initiative. Spellweaver has to go after 35. That's fine. We want to save this as a loot. We want to do a big move, so we go 36. Try not to kill all the enemies. We are going to try to loot all these coins. These are pretty valuable. And I guess... So we absolutely cannot kill both of them, that's for sure. This one has 4 health, so we got to kill this one to get in, so we just got to not touch that other one. It's basically the rule here. So I guess heal and heal. Seems alright. Alright, let's do it. It'd be nice if we Great in Earth, actually, so why don't we use this as a heal instead? So that way the Spellweaver can use the Earth next turn without having to worry about our initiative. Alright, let's go. So, Cragheart's up first. Oops, I used the wrong cards. Oh well, too late, doesn't really matter. We could use the bottom of Nature's Lift. If only. Yeah, I don't want to take any risks. I could wound it. Yeah, I maybe will. We'll see. But we're definitely... We'll see about the timer, I'm not sure. Because if I wound one of them and let them die, they're just going to have too much time. I mean, like if I attack this to wound it, it's going to die the following turn, which I don't want. I'm going to try to get these coins for sure. All right, anyway, we've got a heal 4 or heal 2, 2 targets. I think we'll just do the heal 4 on the Spellweaver. Bring her back up to 9, since she's the most important one here, and do nothing else. All right, and then the Brute goes. So the Brute has the bottom here. We're going to gain 2 experience, doing a move 4 jump, attack 2, target all enemies move through. So we're going to just do like 1, 2 to here. So we don't want to attack the bottom one, like I said, because we don't want to run the risk of killing it. So we do an attack 2, targeting corpse number 1. We gain our 2 experience. Yes, yes. All right, so attack 2, targeting him. Okay, no damage, that's fine. And then we're going to do the top of Skewer, gain 1 experience, and do an attack 3, targeting... Oh, but he's not going to die now. So I'll have to kill it with a Spellweaver. Oh well. Attack 3. Jeez. Spellweaver is being denied. I mean, after I flipped so well before, it makes sense that I had to get the bad one, so I really can't complain. All right, then the Spellweaver is going to go. And this is lost. And make an attack 3, I guess, with top of Flame Strike, because we want the other thing to move more. It's going to be disadvantaged, unfortunately. So we need to do well on a disadvantage attack 3. Nope. Annoying. I should have had the Cragheart. I just played poorly with these cards. Although, admittedly, I couldn't count on... I mean, I made an attack 2 and attack 3 with the Brute, and I did 2 total damage. Alright, well, it's just going to take more time. I don't see any reason to move away, so I'll just basically stay where I am with Flashing Burst. I guess there's a reason to attack with this, but I was hoping to kill with the attack 3. Alright, corpses go, -1 attacks. So both attacking the Brute. No. Top one attacking the Cragheart, bottom one attacking the Brute. Attacks -1, so 3. So first on the Cragheart, so 4 damage, that's fine. I forgot to use the healing potion. And the bottom one on the Brute, so 3 damage, or attack 3, so 2 damage. So Spellweaver playing these 2 cards. Brute hopefully finally killing something. And the Cragheart short resting, I suppose. That's a nice amount of experience. Yeah, let's keep that. Let's reroll. Alright. It's a lot of movement. So that kind of sucks as well. Yeah, that was actually kind of stupid, because that would have allowed us to get coins. Well, we've got our boots. We can long rest afterwards. Oh, I forgot about the fire. Nah, I just forgot about it. I should have used the wound, obviously. It would have just been strictly better. I just honestly forgot about it. I'm just kind of rushing here. Oh well, it's not a big deal. I'll deal with it. It's my own mistake. But yeah, since I didn't declare it, to be honest, I just forgot the fire was there because I wasn't focusing on that because I'm just kind of in what I would call garbage time. All right, so Cragheart needs to kill this one. I guess just move on him and... I mean, I guess the Brute's killing him as well, but maybe the Cragheart can go earlier and kill him. Brute doesn't need to attack. Brute's not really gaining experience. Well, Brute can gain experience from attacking, but... All right, so let's go after the Brute then. So Brute goes at 42. We need to kill him 64 and 67. All right, that works. So if we get 64, if he doesn't die to the Brute, we can kill him. That works. All right, let's go. Oh, jeez. Whoa, that's good. This could hurt, actually, because we didn't use our healing potions before. All right, we gotta pay a bit more attention here. So 32. So the top one's going to attack the Cragheart, and the bottom one is going to attack the Brute. Yeah, not using the healing potion is going to cost us here. We're gonna have to lose a card because of this. Jeez. Oh, because I didn't put that wound. All right. So attack 2 from number 1 on the Cragheart. So with push, so attack 6, push. All right, lose a card. So that means we have 1 turn left. I guess we lose this because, like I said, we can gain. I guess we want money more than experience. I should have never kept this. This is just stupid. Whatever. All right, so that happened, and we get pushed 1. And then the bottom one attacks the Brute. So number 6. All right, so it's an attack 6. Yet. Jeez. Okay, and pushed 1. Man, these corpses. My own fault. Brute goes first. So we're gonna start by doing hook and chain. We're gonna do a move to here. So we're gonna do a move. Oh no, we're gonna move to here actually. Yeah. So we get the coin for the person who doesn't need coins. And this way we do a no, because we have to attack this one. Yep. Well, we want to attack it at least. Okay. So we move here. We do an attack 1 on this one. We don't want it. We could move 2 and go here, and then we'd be able to do an attack 2, but then a +2 or a crit kills it, and then we can't kill this one. So we'll just do an attack 1 on number 6 here. The bottom of that. All right, so we do 1 damage, just kind of a free 1 damage, which makes us a little safer. And then we use the top of Leaping Cleave, gain 1 experience, and do an attack 3, targeting corpse number 1. Oh, all because of that. I didn't wound. All right. That sucks. So I guess we're not healing anyone. So now well, kind of are. We're not getting a coin, I guess. We're doing a move 2 at the bottom of Rumbling Advance. Going here, which kills this, finally. Creates an earth. And does heal 2 on, I guess we don't really matter. We have range on the Brute. Yeah, so on the Brute and the Spellweaver. Spellweaver doesn't need any healing. All right, Brute and ourselves. Sure. It's just because I said that I was going to win the scenario, you know. All right, we're done. Then the Spellweaver goes. Oh, scoundrel. So I guess we can only make it to this coin for now. So we're going to use Cold Fire as a generic move 2. Just move to here, grabbing this coin. And then we're going to consume the earth, which is created using the top of Elemental Aid. Gain 1 experience. This is consumed and do a heal 5 on the Brute. All right, end the round. So we'll do a short rest. Doesn't really change anything here. God, this was a reason to do a long rest. I should have just long rested. I'm just being hasty. Alright, I didn't lose cold fire, so it's okay. I really should stop being so hasty. I'm being very careless. Here we'll do a long rest, I guess, so that we can try to kill that thing next turn. I guess we want to pick up a coin. I know we do have enough movement if we use our boots to pick up a coin, although these coins will be picked up with Spellweaver, which is kind of more important. Yeah, let's just do a long rest on him, just to be safe. And here, do a short rest. Or a long rest, actually. Yeah, let's just not take any silly risks. Let's just long rest all around there. All right. So the Spellweaver needs to do a heal and a move, and then we just got to get. Well, then we'll have Cold Fire the following turn. Do a big loot. Perfect. Okay. I guess going later is better. Not that it really matters much either way. Okay. Oof. Trying to hurt himself there, huh? All right, well, I guess we go first. We do a move 4 at the bottom of Flashing Burst. 1, 2, 3, 4, or 1, 2, 3, 4. Either way, it's the same. Yeah, I think that's the best because this allows us to loot all this stuff. Yeah. And then we use the top of Aid. I guess we were here. We'll use it first on the Brute. Sure. Healing him. Now we'll just heal. Yeah. Healing ourselves. Sure. Back up to 9. Alright, Living Corpse goes, takes 1 damage, moves to his focus, stays where he is. I know I'm milking this quite badly, but there's a lot of stuff in here, so normally I don't do this much, but there's a chest and a number of other things, so I've been going for them. Again, I'm playing the way I normally would. Alright, that's fine. Doesn't change much. Except he long rests, so we actually get to choose, but I guess that's also still fine. Okay, and long rest over here as well. So I guess I want to get rid of. That's a lot of movement. We'll have our boots back so we can actually go grab a coin down there. And the Cragheart can make it to this coin. Yeah, so the Cragheart goes like this, runs over to that coin using his boots. So we do our move 4 jump, which allows us to go get a coin as well. We don't want to attack anything. We should save our other big move 4. We can just get rid of something like this. All right, this works. We can always just execute this last zombie, so we're really safe here. Is there any advantage to long resting? Yeah, I guess if we do this next turn. So let's see. We're going to get all of this. The Cragheart's going to get this. He's going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and get this. So it's 2 turns. Yeah, let's long rest. Just to extend when we do this. All right. So Cragheart first. We do the bottom of Unstable Upheaval as a move 2, plus use our boots. We could get 2 experience here, but I actually value the coin more. Going to there with Unstable Upheaval. And then we will do a heal. His battle goal. I don't really care so much about his battle goal. I guess we'll do a heal 4 on the Brute. Brute actually should be 2 higher because of the long rest, but oh well. We should also, I think, be 2 higher because of the long rest. We'll use our healing potion anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Okay. And there's an earth we created. Then the Brute goes. So the Brute doesn't move 4 jump, plus using his boots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to the coin. Alright. Then the corpse goes, attack +1, targeting the Cragheart. 6, sure. Is there an element I should have created? Too late now. Around, refresh this, lose. I guess this gives us an experience. Keep that, lose this. Okay. And the Brute goes, just move, grab a coin. Yes, I guess this, we should save our bigger move, yeah. Okay, so those 2 things there, these 2 things here, long rest from the Cragheart. We're going to have it all. We're going to have literally got all the coins. Alright, so he goes, muddles and immobilizes the Cragheart. Doesn't matter, the Cragheart's gone after this. Brute goes, just do a move on the bottom, going to here. Yes. Okay, and I guess we are going to miss the 1 coin from when we execute him, huh? Oh well. The Spellweaver heals herself, gaining 1 experience, consuming this. Heal does nothing, but gives an experience, and then we'll use the bottom of Cold Fire as loot too. Scoundrel style. Oh, we're never getting battle goals, but we are getting this stuff at least. Alright, let's see what chest number this was. 50. Even Steven itself, huh? Okay. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, no, we've got our... we're going to have to sell some stuff. So what item number was that? Sorry. 101. Oh, yeah. All right, we're about to spoil item number 101 for anyone who does not want to see that. Well, you've been warned. The second skin, which is a very good item for the Spellweaver. Definitely happiest that I got it on her. It's because she can't remove that many -1s. This will allow us to go down to just 1 -1 in our deck. If we ever end up getting all of our perks, this will be quite nice. It's a very big deal. All right. That's a nice item to be picked up. So this is lost. And then long rest there. Okay. We can just short rest here because no matter what, we have the move. We just, yeah, take Fatal Advance. Okay, sure. So this to get next to him, this to execute him. 6 movements always enough, right? Yes, easily. All right, so he's gone. She's gone as well. So the Cragheart didn't get his battle goal either by 1 turn, actually. But I value getting all the money more than battle goals for a class whose perks kind of suck anyway. Plus, I just don't get battle goals. We've established this. Gotta stick with the memes. Okay, we gain 3 experience, and we execute the last zombie. Whew! Well, we brought it down to the very end. There's 1 coin, unfortunately, we don't pick up. We got the rest of them. Otherwise, we got it all. We did get to have it all here. Playing on +3, no less. All right, not bad. Like I said, we had some fortunate flips. There's no doubt about it. Some unfortunate as well, but I think more lucky than unlucky this time, which is nice for once. Okay, so let's tally them all up. Get all the things. This is going to be great. Because for this scenario, since we played on +3, we are actually getting 4 gold per coin, which is huge. So very huge. So everyone's health's back to max. Also getting a nice chunk of experience on a number of people. All right. So what are our rewards for this scenario? Is it really nothing? No, I think we get something, yeah. So we unlock the warehouse, although we've already unlocked that if I remember correctly. Yes, we have. So nothing there. So we've got Jixera's plans and Dark Bounty and 5 gold each. So this is what I'm talking about, right? This reward is a joke. 5 gold each? Oh, wow. Amazing. I mean, like I said, the problem is that the reward doesn't scale based on the difficulty level or the level in which you complete the scenario. Rewards really should be based on scenario level. Like, it just makes it so obvious. There are so many mechanics with scenario level anyway. I don't understand why rewards don't go with scenario level. Does not make any sense. Because in the end, you end up with a 5 gold each reward. What? All right. So we're at 5 here, which is really 4. So again, gold is 4 each, and XP is 12. So 26 XP over here. Yeah. We're at 37, yes. Beautiful. Gained a level. Let's do all his stuff as well. So these are 4 each, as I said, so 28 gold. And we gained a check mark as well. The only one, too. 28 puts us to 41. Okay. And so we've got to do our level up. So let's go ahead and do that. So, at this point, the next perk is less obvious. I think I almost always end up taking either this or this. The +3 is nice. The 2 rollings is pretty nice. I think I value the 2 rollings slightly higher. Just a nice value perk. Muddle is so-so, and Disarm is basically as good as Stun most of the time. I think that's more valuable than anything else we can do. So, yep, let's do that. So, we've got 1 Disarm and 1 Muddle. Oh, did we have any curses left? We did have 1 left. All right. And then we've got to choose his card. That choice is very easy for level 4. Yeah. So we've got nice XP generation, although still not even as good as this. Attack 8 loss or attack 5 non-loss. Sometimes I really don't understand how these cards get printed at the same level, right? It's just not comparable. I mean, don't get me wrong, attack loss is kind of powerful, but even then. I mean, I guess, so there's Blunt Force, which is a loss. Yeah. So this is the comparison, I guess. The level 3 card Blunt Force, which I've taken on the Cragheart, so that's right here. In the guide, and in general, I talk about the top loss of this being relevant on some scenarios. Where is it? This. And this is an attack 8 loss. Although, first of all, it's 1 level lower. Second of all, it's 6 initiative lower, especially on a class that cares even more about initiative. And it has a better bottom. I mean, move 2, retaliate 1, 1 experience is definitely better than a loot 1 bottom. So, like, that's just a better card, 1 level lower, on a class with more cards. Oh my god, that would be a mess. But that's a very funny idea, though. It's definitely interesting. I would be interested to hear your results, but yeah. Anyway, so like, I mean, this isn't a terrible card. It's just not very good. Like, it's just a below average card. Like, the top loss is fine, but not great. And it's, it's very situational. And then it has a situational bottom. And 27 initiative isn't great. As opposed to here, like, both halves of this card are good. Top attack 5, 1 experience is just good for this class at this point. And then the move 4 stun can also be quite nice. Like, very nice at the end of the scenario. And honestly, 86 initiative is about as good as 27 initiative, to be perfectly honest. So, yeah, I don't know. This just really is not a comparable level at all. One card is good, the other card is quite mediocre. So that goes in, and we'll see what we cut when we see the scenario. People would love that. All right, so we gain 20 gold for the Cragheart. Oh, no! Oh, that's brutal. Maybe we can get some gold from a city event. Oh, we can sell something. Or we can sell something. You really want to sell something, though? We just have to rebuy it. It seems awful. Interesting. Unfortunately, I don't read Chinese. Or, no, Korean, actually. Right? I'm not actually sure. Ah, thank you. The circles always reminds me of Korean, but I'm not sure if I'm wrong or right now. I think there are more circles in Korean. Ah, it's been too long. Do you mind telling me which language that is, if you do understand what I'm saying? Or does anyone else know? I'd be happy to hear. All right. Anyway, we gain 12 plus 9, so 21. So we go up to 36. I mean 56. It is Korean? Okay, thank you. All right, so we get a perk as well. We're going to remove 4 plus zeros from our deck now. I think we had 1 curse left as well. Right. Ah, what a friendly person. I could have said thank you in Korean. I know that at least. Oops. All right. So then we're level. Oh yeah. Oh, it's finally happened. It just snuck up on me, right? I didn't even realize, but we are level 4. Oh, it feels so good. It's so nice. So finally we get to take Kinetic Assault. All right, I'll add that into our deck shortly. Let's reset this. God, having Kinetic Assault is gonna be such a difference. Can't wait. All right, so the chest we already got. So 28, 32, 36. Right? Yep. Ah, you were still here. So I wanted to say Gumsamida. That's all I can say. And 안녕하세요. Just those 2 expressions. All right, so we said 36, right? And 92. Thank you. All right, let's pick all these up. All right, so we didn't gain. Oh no, we. Oop. Yeah, we gotta gain our experience here still. 26 total, right? Yep. So 78. Cruising along to the most relevant level. All right, clear. So their HP pool should have increased as well. I need to check the Spellweaver's deck. I also agree. Using boots for more movement is essential. I think basically any party in the game should always buy both the boots of striding. I don't think they're OP, but I think they're extremely valuable items. Almost always worth buying. Well, basically always worth buying. but I agree. So no one caught my troll, or people were just choosing to ignore it, I guess. But yeah, I mean, all right. So level 4 on the Cragheart, we're not taking Kinetic Assault. But it was a fun idea, right? Instead, we have one of the best cards in the game, Rock Slide. This card is incredible, and I'm so excited to finally get to use it. I'm especially excited because pretty soon we're going to get to do Scenario 27, where this card is amazing. So what do we do here? No, not a boss. We didn't kill any cultists or bandits, and yeah, well, we're going towards 200 gold, but we're about to buy enhancements shortly here. All right, so we have nothing really to buy at the moment. So I need to play with Kinetic Assault. Fair enough. So we could consider putting +1 move on the bottom of Leaping Cleave. Now, we have enough for it. The problem is we're actually prosperity locked if we do that. We won't be able to do any more enhancements, although we can enhance the top of Leaping Cleave then. But I don't love this if we enhance the bottom. I don't really like having a two halves enhanced, because if you do end up enhancing the bottom of this, I think you just always play the bottom, or you should always play the bottom, which is one of the reasons why I've never loved this choice so much. I think it's not really going to be my priority to do that. So I think I won't. If I had more prosperity, I might consider it, because then I could just do the bottom and move on to something else afterwards, like enhancing the top of Skewer. But at least on prosperity 2 for now, I think we're not going to do that. So no enhancements there. Here we need 100 gold, and here we need 150 gold for our first enhancement. So in none of these cases are we doing enhancements yet. So we just need to do another scenario. Oh yeah, no, we're going to do our city event first. Hold on. What I did was use a lot of defensive cards on him. Fair enough. Uh, well, I had a slight belief that it could have been money, what we were going to get there, but it was not money. So we gained 1 reputation and lost 1 check mark each. Jokes on the brute for ever getting a check mark. God, our perk progression is horrendous. No joke. All right, but we got a reputation, so totally worth. All right, we're gonna do another scenario next. Which scenario should we do? Yeah, for sure. I think. Oh, we completed 14. This should be checked. Man, I'm so bad at doing this. I think we should do 10, I guess, because I want to go in and do all that stuff before I close it. So I think we'll do 10 next, actually. So let's change the title to reflect that. I do have to go refill my water and go pee quickly and have a tiny snack. So I'll just be taking a quick 5 minutes, and then we'll get into doing scenario number 10. I guess I shouldn't spoil that so much until I've changed the title. So yeah, it'll be scenario 10 next, which will be the last scenario we do for the day. Just our second scenario. Cut the video. Good catch. Thank you very much. All right, so cutting the video now.